tonight, man. I'm gonna try something a little different if I can. It's a little better. This is some shit. Didn't really take that long. Oh yeah. Sorry for being late. I don't know if I'm going to read chat right away or not. Just so I can not distract myself too much. Yeah. And I don't know if I'm gonna be able to like play as I do that. I'm tired of you talking to me right now, to be honest. Please stop talking. Turn that down to 10. Is that too quiet? I don't know if that's too quiet. I don't want to be like fucking too distracted here. I don't know if I'm even able to like skate around, do some tricks and shit as I'm talking. I probably should at least try to, because I need to get like back into the habit of making proper content. Yeah, just give me a second here. Let me see if I can. Do I have any of this shit written down at all? Because I should do that. I should do that if I have not. There's not a fucking spider on it. A spider decided to wander in here, so I put on a candle. For those of you that don't know, spiders don't like the smell of citrus. So if you have spiders come into your room a lot, usually if you're on like the upper floors, because when it rains and stuff, they crawl up to safety and whatnot. Those are usually the hotter rooms as well. The higher up you go, because heat rises, whatever. But yeah, if you have a candle that's like had some sort of citrus in it, that helps to sort of keep them away a little bit. I don't know if spiders even have fucking noses, but let me try not to get kicked out of the lobby, as well as I'm trying to write these down real quick so I don't forget. Content. Business. We need to talk about this 12-year celebration as well. Celebration. Because it still needs to finish. We still have so much to do. I'm sorry for getting fucking sidetracked on content. I do that a lot. Goals we need to talk about. I think that's it. I think that's all I have to talk. Suggestions, maybe? Let's save that for last, I guess. Okay. Just so I don't forget what I want to talk about in this video. How long this video goes on for, as always, I don't fucking know. Could be like 20 minutes, could be like our usual time. Who knows? It really depends on how I'm feeling, how tired I am, and how much I can keep talking, honestly. I also got... I'll talk about that after. Let's get these in order. Anything on the whiteboard I need to add to this? No, but I actually do want to talk about the whiteboard itself, actually. Because we haven't done that in a bit. I do want to bring that back up. My papers are fucking flying everywhere. Hold on. I need to reorganize my shit, dude. Fuck. Sorry to put papers in places. Fucking whiteboard there. I got a fucking... What are those called? A clipboard over there. I got my book on the fucking other side. Papers fucking everywhere. It's bad. That's the price I pay, though, for what I've been doing the past 130 days now. I have probably, honestly, like over 100 pages written down of just shit I need to know, shit I've learned. It's so much. I'm not gonna go into that right now. That'll be something for another fucking day. Where the fuck do I even put this? Okay, hold on. I'm gonna put these over here so I can just grab them when I need to talk about them. And then I'll put this in front of me so I can remember. And then I'll put a little check mark. I guess we are nearing the point where we also need to talk about like plans for next year and stuff. Well, we do need to start talking about that at some point. Okay, how much is that? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7? 7. I think that's enough topics for now. I can wrap my head around. I do apologize if I'm coughing and clearing my throat a lot. Just the way it is when you've been smoking for too long. People have been smoking way longer than I have, don't get me wrong, but I'm also nowhere close to being like as healthy as I should be. So just, kind of bear with me. I do apologize though. That's gonna be like my main goal next year. We'll talk about that ever.
Did the name haircut come from the fact that they are really just cutting transition?
I'm not good enough to know transitions, dude. I don't even know why you're supposed to use your back foot, if I'm being 100% fucking honest with you. I don't know. I don't know this type of shit. Okay, let me just try to sort of just like kind of go around. Am I able to like talk as I'm like doing things? Because that is something I need to get in the fucking habit of doing again. I kind of do it a little bit. It's a little distracting. I could turn my volume down just a little bit more. I don't know. I don't know if I can, dude. I really need to learn how to do that again. It fucking sucks that I forget how to fucking commentate. I'm gonna be honest, that shit sucks ass. I think I need to turn this down even more, dude. 10. It doesn't go any lower than that, dude. That's the lowest you can go without just straight up muting it. Okay, so, yeah, bear with me. The video itself, I don't know. I'll try to do some stuff just so I can like try and get back into the habit of doing that again. It's a lot harder than it looks, I'm gonna be honest. Should we start with that topic actually? Well, actually we kind of already are talking about that at the beginning, so it's fine. Okay, anyway. Yeah, before we get started, if you are new on the YouTube channel, please consider subscribing because we need to hit our goals so I can get paid again off of ad revenue because, believe it or not, for the 12 years I've been doing this, I have not been getting paid for 7 whole years. That is a long fucking time to be doing something as often as possible with the highest quality as possible. Okay, you talking to me also isn't fucking helping, I'll be honest. Too much distractions. Okay. I've already lost my train of thought and we haven't even fucking started yet. Yeah, so just consider subscribing if you are new. We need to hit our goals that you can see in the top right there. I might keep those up the whole time. I might not. I'm not entirely sure quite yet. But yeah, we need to hit the certain threshold so I can start getting paid again off of ad revenue, which means I get paid per view, okay? Now, no one really fucking talks about this other part, but every video, like pay per view, is always different. I did not fucking explain that properly at all. But like every video, Purple Meatloaf, I don't know who you are, I'm sorry, I'm trying to talk. That's Purple Meatloaf. Yeah, I appreciate you trying to play me, but I'm busy at the moment. So no one really talks about this, but every video is different on how much they pay you per view. The best you can get, as far as I'm aware, is $1 per view. That is what you want to thrive for, that is what you want to aim for, that is the goal of most videos that you upload should be around that, area. But but every video is different. It all depends on the length of the video, how engaged people would be in the video, the topic of the video. Like, it's all different. I have a few videos on the channel right now that do pay $1 per view. I think it's like 3 videos. Those videos are like fucking 5 years old, or longer. One of them was the my unboxing of my desktop, actually, from high school. You know, the thing that kickstarted quality content back from like 2016 to 2018. When did I go homeless? It's 2018, right? Yeah, because that was the year I was held back from high school. Because I was supposed to graduate 2018, but I graduated in 2019 because I was expelled from my fucking high school. Not because I did something bad. Exact opposite, actually. Y'all know about my sleep issues, you know? And thank God this year has changed that. I don't know what changed. I have no fucking idea. But for like 8 years straight, I had sleep issues. I've kind of always had sleep issues. I was kind of born with that because my mother was, you know, doing drugs and stuff when I was in the womb and all that good stuff. So I was kind of just born with fucking problems that are gonna haunt me until the day I die. So that's cool. Love that for me. But no, I basically had sleep issues my whole life. But the past, I want to say like 8, 9 years. I don't know the exact range because my memory's fucked. It's so bad. Definitely due to almost dying on the pavement when I smashed my head. We won't get into that conversation right now, but damn, it's really hard to fucking concentrate when I'm trying to make content. It's so hard. I'm not used to it anymore. Anyway, so yeah, every fucking video pays differently, so I wouldn't be able to predict how much money I would make in the first year of being able to get paid again, because you really can't predict that shit. It's always different. The time of day you post, the content you're posting, everything's different, dude. It's almost randomly generated, honestly. I'm sure there is some sort of like, you know, mathematical equation to it that you could like figure out to get like every video to pay the most. But that is something that is very important to me, is being able to make money off of content again. Because like I said, it's been 7 whole years, or even longer, that I have been making no money from making content. And, you know, when I started making content when I was fucking 13, 12 years ago, crazy. I know, I'm fucking old, dude. I don't even want to talk about that right now. I'm not that old, by the way. I'm not even 30 yet, so don't fucking kid yourself. But to me, I'm old, you know? Like, 12 years ago is that's a long time. That is half my life. Well, not anymore, I guess. It was half my life. Before I turned 25. June. But 12 years is a long time to be doing something, you know? A lot of people, like, they don't even stay at the same job for 12 years. Unless they have, you know, a family to take care of and whatnot, then they're probably working at the same job for like fucking 40 plus years or whatever the hell. But that is long enough for me to basically be like a licensed fucking professional at whatever it is that you're doing. For that long, you're basically a professional at that point. Like 100%, you should know basically everything there is to know. You should be able to teach almost everything there is to know, which I technically can. To be honest, I know my numbers don't show it, but again, my life's fucked up. So was me trying to fucking grind on that was fucked up too. My life's fucked. Yeah, a lot of bad shit's fucking happened throughout my life. So, you know, I may not have the numbers now to prove for it, but I was 100% capable of getting the numbers I dreamed of. And now I'm in the position to actually be able to make that happen. Now that I'm smart enough to actually know, like, you know, how content works, you know. But yeah, when I started making content, I always said it wasn't about the money. Again, I was 13. Of course, it wasn't about the fucking money. I was 13. The fuck am I gonna use the money for? You know, once I get the new fucking Pokemon game every year, there's nothing else for me to afford at that point, aside from maybe, like, I don't know, GTA 5 that came out around that time, I think. God, I've owned so many copies of the same fucking game. It's crazy. God, I hate it. I hate the way the world works. But at the same time, I love the products they give us. Because I'm a fucking consumer and also a creator. It's a crazy balance, but yin and yang type shit. Um, yeah, anyway, point being, 12 years is a long fucking time. And the fact I have been getting paid for 7 to 8 years of it is just fucking brutal. 100%. People probably think I'm, like, chronically fucking insane for even doing this for 12 years, let alone doing it for 7 years I haven't been getting fucking paid for. Um, but, that aside, it's what I wanted to do with my life, make content, make people, laugh a little bit, even if it's just like one or two, talk about some real shit at the same time. I'm not always here to make people laugh and smile and fucking feel good, or to do some cool shit to, like, cure their boredom and whatnot, I am a fucking human being, and unfortunately for everyone around me, internet and just in person, I don't fucking hide shit, and that includes just how awful my life can be sometimes. Growing up, people would say, like, I'm trying to seek fucking pity from people, because it would be, like, all I talk about. First of all, if I was seeking pity from people, would I not be like, hey, everyone in the comments, tell me you're sorry for me? Would I not fucking say shit like that? I've never said shit like that. I don't give a fuck what you think about me, dude. You can hate me, you can love me. I do not give a shit. I'm gonna be honest. It doesn't affect me what the fuck you think of me. It does not affect me whatsoever. At all. If you start sending me death threats and, like, fucking sending bomb squads to where I'm fucking living, that's a different story. That does fucking personally affect me, and I will definitely sue you in court for that. So don't do that unless you want to make me rich. Then go for it. But 12 years is a long time. A lot of your favorite YouTubers that have been around the block, they haven't even been making content that long. Do you know how long that is? Jacksepticeye himself has been making videos for the same amount of time I have. Jacksepticeye. Love that motherfucker, dude. Great content creator, good videos, good humor. But he's been making content as long as I have. And I was 13. When he started, he was probably the age I am now, to be honest. Everyone that is famous on YouTube started in their, like, 20s. Let's just be honest with ourselves, Like Markiplier, Jacksepticeye, PewDiePie, they were all, like, in the age range I am now when they started making content. And I had the advantage of starting when I was 13. It was a disadvantage, don't get me wrong, at times, because I didn't know what the fuck I was doing for a couple of years. But they didn't either, though. But they were, like, they had, like, the maturity level, the mindset. They were able to, like, get teams together, even fucking, like, producers and shit, and editors and all that shit. They already had money to invest, because most of them were going to, like, college and shit for, like, engineering, or they already had, like, decent paying jobs, but making content just paid more. And if you don't believe in that, first of all, I don't know what you believe in then, if that's the case. But just think about this, right? If you have a video that is, $1 per view, right? The best rating you can get on a video, and you can post as many videos as you want every single day. Just keep that in mind, right? Okay. If you had $1 per video, and you had 10,000 people watch that video, that's $10,000 going to you. Is every single video you make going to make that much? Absolutely not. Like I said, it's more like a random number generator, just kind of picks how much they're going to pay you on that video just kind of randomly. But you can post as many videos as you want every day. And this is, money per view, not per minute they watch, or per hour they watch, or per video they watch, just per viewer. That gets an ad. Not every viewer gets an ad, to be fair. You do get money from, like, premium subscriptions that you know, fans have and use. I don't want to call you guys fans. Um, I don't know, just YouTube enjoyers like myself. Like I said, I'm a consumer and also a creator, so I'm basically the fucking yin and yang of life, and I fucking hate it sometimes. I don't know why I'm going up here. But yeah, so just like imagine that, right? Let's say you post one video and it gets like 50 cents per view. Okay, that's not great. What if you uploaded another video that same day? Let's say that also got 50 cents per view. And they both got, you know, 10,000 views or whatever. That's still $10,000. It's just you have to post another video. Is it hard to post fucking videos? No. If you want to post a video that's over 20 minutes, absolutely. You have to think about what the fuck you're actually going to talk about or what you're going to show people, you know? At least at the gaming community, you know, there's not going to be, there's not many communities where you can just kind of just not talk and have people still enjoy your content. That doesn't really exist. Like, if you're a fucking cooking channel that's not talking, people probably aren't going to really care that much unless you have like super high quality footage of your food and whatnot. You show like all the recipes and whatever, I guess. But point being, that is why every person that has ever been successful making content has left their place of work, even if they paid extremely well. Content just pays more. Now, with that being said, not every video is going to do well. It's just impossible. No one is perfect. Not the algorithm ain't perfect either. You're gonna have slow days, slow weeks, even slow months. And that is sort of the downside to making content, is like it's not 100% guaranteed every month on what you're gonna get. You know, it's different every single month, every week, every day. You can't control people, you know? Some people may only be able to watch you on Tuesdays. Some people may only see you like on Fridays when they're like exploring around more often on the internet because like they're bored or whatever. Holidays are the best one because no one's working, no one's going to school. That is when people get paid the most for making content during like Christmas time. So like, you know, November, December, January is where you make the most money, just guaranteed all the time, no matter what, because there's just more people. You know, that's just the reality of it. But people seem to not understand just how well content can actually pay. You know, people obviously have made millions and millions and millions and millions and millions of dollars off of content. Some people, a lot less, you know? Myself, I've made maybe $15 total in the 12 years I've been doing it. Because I only got paid for like 3 years, and that was near the beginning when I didn't have the fucking numbers to actually generate money. My highest viewed video at this current moment is like 130,000 views. Okay, and that was a video I made probably 7 years ago now, maybe even 8 years ago. Imagine if that one video was making money. You know? That's a lot of money. Even if that's just 50 cents, dude, that's a lot of fucking money per view. 100%, dude. That'd be like 50,000 fucking dollars. Just from that one video I made, it's like 7 years ago. 7 years ago, by the way. That's another crazy thing. These videos stay up forever until you get rid of them. That's why you want evergreen content, which is content that can continue to be watched over and over and over, to new audiences, old audiences, you know, just kind of whatever. So, like, teaching people stuff, or talking about, like, real-world topics or something, you know? Content sort of like that. Can basically pay you forever. A lot of YouTubers nowadays, they will have, like, 4 or 5 of those videos, and they pay all the bills, all the food, fucking everything, fucking investments. It pays for everything. And now they're just able to make content on whatever the fuck they want. And those videos just keep getting views. And then, you know, whenever the video that you're watching that isn't one of those videos ends, it just brings you into that loop, basically. So yeah, you know, content can pay a lot if you play your cards right. Thankfully for me, I have all the knowledge I could possibly need to be successful at content. Just without a doubt. Okay, do y'all want to know how obsessed I was with this being like my life path, my life purpose kind of shit, you know? When I was 13, right? When I first started making content, I spent the next 2 whole years. Keep in mind, I'm the age of fucking 13, right? I don't even have like the maturity to even process wanting to seek knowledge because I didn't really give a fuck about school at all because it was nothing that I really cared about. Science was cool though. I was like science. But yeah, no, math I suck at. Geography, I think I really failed geography. Um, I somehow sucked at English too because I was like, why do I need to learn English if I already know English? And now I have like broken English because of it. I can't use really big words because I don't understand what the fuck they mean or how to spell them. So that's kind of fucking sad that I fucking did that to myself. I could always teach myself more English, but honestly, learning a language is very hard when you're not a fucking kid anymore. Learning anything when you're not a kid anymore is hard, but language is just one of those things where it's like the younger you start, the easier it is just gonna fucking, it's gonna stick with you. So anyway, on that topic of, how well content can pay and whatnot, and how long I've been doing it for, um, like I was trying to say earlier, people probably look at me like I'm fucking crazy that I've been doing this for so long. But that's the main reason why I've been doing it. I want to make people, laugh and smile and whatever, even just for like a couple seconds, help them with boredom and whatever. Like if you're having a bad day, you just come around, hang out a little bit, kind of get it off your mind and whatnot. And for those of you that want to hear like the real shit, kind of like we're talking about now, where like I literally made content of me going homeless, dude. No one fucking does that. But I did because I'm fucking honest about everything I go through. I don't fucking hide anything. Everything I go through is fucking there to see. Almost everything. When it comes to like my sex life, not so much. I'm not gonna be like talking about that shit on the fucking internet. Not gonna happen. But like, the life lessons I've been through, the fucking struggles I've been through, all of that shit is just it's uploaded in some way, shape, or form. Because no one talks about that stuff, People want to make content because they want to get away. They want to like be a persona of someone they're not. Like their ideal person, basically, is what everyone just wants to be when they're making content. And I was like, fuck it, dude. I was in the age of YouTube where, being real was what everyone wanted to see. That was just like the shit to do, And YouTube is kind of coming around back to that. It's not just about entertainment all the time. It's not just about the fucking thumbnails you see. Or like all these fucking gurus telling you how to become a fucking billionaire and shit. Like it's not always about those things. It's about connecting with people, going through fucking the same shit you are, or worse, or better. You know? It's just real people talking about real shit. Usually. It's good to have entertainment on, the side of that, of course, to like balance everything. Because no one is going to want to hear you talk about life's up and downs for 12 fucking years straight. That's just not how that works. But at the same time, I think humanity is kind of like it's like yearning for it, for people to just kind of talk about stuff so they don't feel alone in life all the time. Like we're all struggling, but some of us hide it better than others. You know? I personally would, which is a lot of the time, to be honest, especially when I'm trying to go through this fucking healing phases and whatnot. But like, even when I'm like a happy relationship, like I'm the happiest I've ever been, I still need time to myself. Like I need time to process shit. I need time to think. I need time to ponder on shit that's happened. You know, that's something that a lot of people don't really do anymore because they're kind of scared of it. Um, I don't want to say you shouldn't be scared of it. You know, when you look at the abyss, the abyss stares back at you and whatnot. And I've been there and I've done that already. So, I'm not going to sugarcoat it. It's not easy to do that. at all. We are social creatures by nature. Most of us. Some of us are just antisocial because of abuse, you know, whatnot, or just birth defects, and mental health, whatever it may be. But at the end of the day, we are social creatures by nature. That's why we have, you know, your favorite people to talk to and hang out with, and so on and so forth. People you just kind of connect with a little better than others. That's just the way of the world. Sorry, I'm also fucking downloading this right now. I probably shouldn't be doing that. That might break everything. I'll see what happens in the next few minutes. Do bear with me if there's any, you know, slowdown, skipping, all that stuff. It's not you, it's literally my computer just being fucking slow as shit. This computer sucks, don't buy it. Not a fucking sponsor. I don't want to be sponsored by this brand. Okay, well, no, the brand itself, maybe, but this fucking particular computer model, not so, you know? Like I was trying to say, okay? Everyone's going through something. All the time. That is just the way of fucking life, okay? And if you can't accept that, then that's on you, I guess. You just live in a perfect fucking reality that was created by the actual fucking god people talk about, I guess. I don't know. Explanation I would have for that. But yeah, you know. Life ain't perfect. No one's perfect. Everyone's... I don't know how to word that properly. But like when I was in the womb and whatnot, you know, she was smoking, drinking, doing different types of drugs and whatnot. Which I'm pretty damn sure she did that with all her kids, to be honest. I've only met her once, so I can fucking say whatever I want about her, I guess. But like, it was so bad that she wasn't allowed to raise her kids. Like, as soon as she gives birth, dude, those kids are gone within like 48 hours. I don't mean like they're dead, I mean like they're put up for adoption. They're like in orphanages and shit. I think I'm like, I'm one of the middle children. I've had so many fucking siblings. It's kind of disgusting, actually. Um, Not as disgusting as like the WhatsApp fucking owner having like 80 children. That is just fucking brutal, honestly. Um, how many of those kids are gonna fucking see their father? Probably fucking 5 of them total, to be honest. But anyway, point being is I already had problems just from birth, you know? Um, I was kind of, I don't know how to describe it without sounding harsh on myself, but it's the truth, you know? I was already born with issues. That's just, that's just the reality of it. So, when life really hit me with the cold hard truths, you know, you're gonna lose people, you know, not everyone is gonna have your best interest in mind, shit like that. I learned those lessons at a very fucking young age. Some people learn it even younger than I have. Don't get it twisted with that. Yeah, everyone's different. Everyone's lives are different. But anyway, point being is I started making content 13 years ago because I was just in a bad place. You know, I didn't really have anyone up to that point to really like talk to hang out with. Not because I was like some sort of fucking freak in nature that everyone was like terrified of. It was more of the fact that I was so hurt all the time that I just didn't want to be around people. Just at all, to be honest. And as an adult, that still kind of happens, you know? Some days I'm more social than others. That's just the way it is. That's something I just have to live with. It's part of who I am, and you know, people seem to think I fucking love it, but I fucking hate it because there's so much fucking shit I want to talk about all the time with like different people, and so many like conversations I want to start with like even more people, and I don't know. This part is just like it's just gonna cause more problems half the time. Um, During high school and stuff, it definitely did. You know, all of my friends in high school, they weren't really my friends. Not all of them. Okay, I mean, like, there's been like a couple that were good, um, but most of them just used me for like my money or my, you know, whatever the fuck else. Even like, you know, my devil's lettuce and whatnot, I guess. because I was totally not hooking the brothers up back in high school. Anyway, people just kind of took advantage of me the whole time, and I didn't really think much about it because I was already so fucked up mentally up to that point already going into like fucking high school and shit. And I was already like abused to the point that I just am dumb as fuck. And I just can't fucking express myself at all. I still can't, by the way, as an adult. Um, like when I get excited about something, I can't even like express that. And it fucking bothers me so fucking much. Cause like I feel it. I feel that surge of excitement in my body. Like I physically feel like an actual reaction where my body wants to react in some sort of way. Like fucking clapping, for example, is the most basic fucking form of celebration. But like I don't know. It literally takes me from like the moment of being as excited as possible. I don't know how I did that, by the way. How did I just do that? I don't know how I did that. Um but it takes me literal days from feeling like the peak of excitement to actually being able to like express myself about it. Like I don't know. I feel like a lot of people don't have that problem. People have no fucking problem expressing themselves. Like fucking tell you, dude. No one in my life I've seen has a problem expressing themselves at all. May it be joy, fucking anger, sadness, fucking grief, whatever the fuck emotion you can think of. People have no problem fucking expressing that shit. But here I am, fucking like happiest moment of my life, dude. I wouldn't even be like fucking like jumping up and down for fucking joy, you know? I would even be doing that. I would be smiling. Don't get me wrong, you know? Or I'd be like a little more like giddy than normal, but I'm not like going around fucking dancing and shit because I'm like the happiest moment I've ever been in my entire life. I don't know, I can't express myself like that. Which I think is also why I try not to get mad too often as well, because I also just can't express my anger properly, you know? Because I just kind of let it build up, build up, build up until I fucking hit my breaking point. And then once I hit my breaking point, I just don't really care about anything anymore after that, to be honest. I don't mean that as in like, serial killer type shit. Please don't fucking think that, okay? I'm not that kind of guy. I never would be. I would never hurt a fucking innocent person in my entire life. Um, the worst thing I ever did in something like that, when I was like 10 or something, this is going to be kind of graphic, so, cover your ears for like 30 seconds if you want to, I guess, if you don't want to hear this. But there was this frog that was just doing its frog thing when I was 10, right? And I had this giant ass rock. And I was like, what happens if I drop this fucking rock on this frog? Like, what's gonna happen? Is it gonna survive? Am I gonna miss? Is it gonna just be a pile of fucking spaghetti sauce? Who knows? And sure enough, I dropped the fucking rock on that frog, and it basically fucking exploded everywhere. Um, and I think that was my first time feeling like regret and remorse up to that point, at least due to my memory that I can think of. Like I literally started crying. I was like, what the fuck have I just done to this fucking frog? Now, don't get me wrong. I'll kill like a spider, mosquitoes, stuff like that, that doesn't really bother me too much, but those are more of like pests, you know? That's why there's like extermination fucking people to come over to your house and fucking do that for you, you know? Is it the humane way to do it? Absolutely not. The humane way to actually kill a spider is to freeze it in your freezer, because then it dies slower and kind of more naturally than just fucking squishing it and whatever. But like, that was one of the most disturbing things I ever fucking did growing up, was literally killing that fucking frog for no fucking reason. There was no reason for me to do that other than just curiosity. And it still haunts me. I'm not gonna lie. Now, in terms of like, let's say, my house has been broken into like 2 different times, right? You know, if I was in a position to defend myself in those situations, would I probably hurt those people? Without a doubt, yeah, absolutely. You broke into my fucking house. Of course I'm gonna fucking hurt you. This is my house, and I probably don't know who you are. So, obviously, you know, when it comes to, like, defending myself against someone or something, I don't really have a problem with that, to be honest. If I gotta break faces in the name of fucking protection, I will. That's okay with me. But, you know, I'm not some sort of, like, fucking psycho that just wants to fucking hurt everyone around him. I never have been like that. Even when I get super mad, it's just not the kind of person I am. Unless I just maybe absolutely fucking hate you and you ruined my life, then, you know, maybe. But other than that, you know, not so much. It's not really, not the way I go through life. Because it's just not worth it at the end of the day, dude. It's just not fucking worth it. Like, can you remember the face of someone who walked past you yesterday at like 2:35 p.m. on Tuesday? No, you don't. You don't fucking remember. And if you do, then I don't know. There's some unique features to them, I guess. But you can't. You can't remember who that person is. 2 p.m. fucking Tuesday? 2:35 p.m. on a Tuesday? You know? But I'm guaranteed someone walked past you at some point around that time. Even if you're inside, it could be a fucking animal too, I guess. Like, an animal's not a person, I suppose, but, you know, just kind of proving my point of it not really being worth the hassle of, like, doing that to people or even getting to that point with people. I honestly didn't even see that in front of me. I just don't really think there's a point doing that. You know, it's just too much energy. It's like lying all the time, dude. Like, I don't understand how some of you can fucking lie your way through your entire fucking life, even into adulthood. I don't get it. I don't have the fucking mental capacity to even do that. I don't have the energy to fucking do that. And more importantly, I don't have the time to fucking scheme up fucking shit. To be honest, I'm, too busy trying to be successful at more than one fucking thing throughout my life all the time. I don't have time to be thinking about fucking lies to get people to like me. Or to get people to hate me, I guess. I don't fucking know, but oh, that's a nice little car, actually. No, no, I mean, maybe, I don't know. I'm not a great car person. This is a Porsche. It kind of looks like a Porsche, but I'm probably wrong. Also, what's wrong with that bus? Why is that not detailed? Oh, it is detailed. Okay. Anyway, um, so yeah, we sort of talked about that. I kind of went off topic a little bit. So content. Um, for, I think it was around 2016 to 2018. I know that's what started this whole tangent in the first place, but that's when I was able to make proper high quality content. 4K, I'm pretty sure didn't exist at the time, or that was for like the millionaires to be able to use or something like that. But, you know, I was making the best high quality content I was able to after everything I've been learning throughout the fucking years up to that point, which would have been 3+ years, 4+ years, something like that. I learned how to make content, how to make proper content, how to make titles, thumbnails, descriptions, how to do fucking like SEO. I literally trained myself when I was fucking 13. It was from the ages of 13 to 15, actually. I literally trained myself to stop saying ums when I'm making content. I'm gonna be 100% fucking honest, dude. I can't even do that when I'm just talking to people. Like, I will just randomly say and shit. Like, it just kind of happens. But when I'm making content, it very rarely ever comes out of my mouth. And I trained myself how to do that from a young age. Like, that's just how dedicated I was to making content, dude. I was learning everything I needed to do to be successful. I wasn't in the position to be successful, you know? I started not doing good in fucking school anymore because I didn't really give a shit anymore. Other than, like, science, I guess. Science was good. I can't really think of another subject I enjoyed back in high school, to be honest. Oh, coding, I guess, was also cool. It was way more complicated than I thought it would be. Um, But yeah, no, I started fucking learning this shit from such a young age that it just doing anything else just like turned me away from those things because this is what I was dedicated to. This is what I wanted to learn. This is what I wanted to know because it would be able to pay my bills in the future. It'd be able to support my family in the future. You know, I'd be able to fucking do whatever I want. I'd be able to help whoever I want. You know, those were like the main reasons behind me wanting to do content in the first place. Aside from, you know, wanting to, you know, help people cure their boredom, make them laugh a little bit, make them smile a little bit. Hell, sometimes I'll even make you fucking cry. Okay, shit happens, man. That's just the way it is. If you want to fucking cry, watch my movie. Yes, I have a movie. Crazy, I know. It's fucking insane. I don't talk about it much because I'm not fucking proud about it. I'm proud that I have it under my belt. Like, don't get me wrong. I'm not proud of the product I came out with, though. You know, it was rushed. It was edited fucking poorly. The fucking, you know, the clips and shit I chose just weren't too good. It is a documentary style movie, sort of just retracing the steps of my life that I didn't really talk about on camera. You know, especially and stuff. That was kind of like the main part of the movie. That's why it's called Year of the Phoenix. You know, the whole point of the movie was how did I go from my worst to where I am after that? And I'm going to be 100% fucking honest. There needs to be a sequel because things only got worse. I'm going to be honest. We had like one decent year after being homeless and shit, and then shit just got worse again. I'm going to be just straight up about that. I didn't really talk about it much the second time. I've actually been homeless twice. I don't talk about the second time as much. It was a shorter amount of time. Um, Still, like, in the forest and whatnot. I think both times even during, like, winter time, too. Which is fucked up that this shit was, like, kind of happening on, like, a pattern. Because I go homeless around the fall time. Which is usually, like, months before winter time shows up. Especially the first time I went homeless, dude. I literally left in the dead of winter. Like, I'm pretty sure that night I left, there was, like, literally a blizzard. But I was like, fuck it, dude. If I don't leave this house, then I'm gonna take my own fucking life, and that's just the way it's gonna be. So it's either I risk my life going fucking homeless, trying to survive, or I just end my life early instead of fucking trying. Because I was just so fed up with fucking everything all the time. And people, for some reason, seem to think this, like, oh, you want to take the easy way out or whatever. You don't want to have to fucking struggle like everyone else. And that was never my reason when it came to, like, you know, taking my own life in the past. That was never really the reason behind it. A lot of people think that's the reason, but that just was not the case. My entire reason was I want a second, a fucking minute, or even an hour just to think. Like, just nothing happening in life. You know? Just like me, myself, and I just processing my emotions, processing my feelings, processing fucking what happened today. You know, processing the fucking shit people are saying about me. You know? That was my whole reason behind wanting to in the first place, was to literally just have a moment of just fucking peace in my life. Which is probably why I just kind of need so much, like, my own time nowadays. Um, let's be honest, almost half my day, or if not more, is just spent with just me, um, with myself. Don't take that in a weird way, okay? I'm sorry. I worded that fucking weirdly, but you know, that's that's the main reason behind it. Because there was so much chaos and shit happening in my life growing up, like, my battery depletes super quickly, dude. My social battery, it just fucking depletes like fucking crazy. You know, one, like, decent argument, and I'm fucking done for the next, like, day. I don't want to be social anymore after that. And I feel like the world just fucking hates me. That's just the way it is, I guess, you know? I don't know what sort of, like, mental health challenges that would be under. Probably something like anxiety and depression related, I would imagine, but At least I have my reasons for it, you know? Too much shit happening in my life. And I just wanted a moment. Anyway, so that's the reason behind that. But, yeah, no, the movie I made was literally about the struggles I was going through, you know? What led me to that point, and why I decided to, you know, take like worst case scenario type shit and turn that up to 11, you know? Would it have been easier to get therapy? Or like professional fucking help? Probably. It probably would have been easier than fucking going homeless and trying to fucking survive. Actually, no, that's not true. I didn't even try to survive at first. I'm gonna be honest. I didn't want to survive. When I went homeless the first time, I didn't want to survive. Just straight up. I didn't plan to survive it, and I didn't want to survive it. All I could think in my mind is get me the fuck away from here before I actually go insane. Just straight up. It's either I take my life or I just go chronically fucking insane, like the Joker, you know? Which I found out as an adult that actually was an intelligent type thing. Like, I'm smart for doing that, because most people can't even think that far ahead when they, like, are in that state of mind. But and it still doesn't make me fucking feel better about it, you know? I don't want people to fucking do that shit because I did it. You know, please don't fucking do that to yourself. Just get help, talk to people, talk to professionals, okay? There's people out there that are literally licensed and trained to fucking make sure that the situations like that don't happen. But I wasn't thinking straight, and it was the only way to get away from shit. And then I fucking still made content when I was doing that, dude. Like, the only times I don't make content is either if I just physically can't make content, like I'm sick as fuck and I can't get out of bed, or like I don't have internet set up, or like my phone's fucking, you know, is gone for some reason. You know, whatever those reasons may be, some days I just don't want to make content, you know? After fucking 100 days straight, you need a little break. You need like a little day or two. You know, it fucking happens, okay? I need breaks too. Crazy. I know I don't take as many breaks as I fucking should, to be honest. Especially for making content, dude. But like, if I'm able to do it, I do it. That's just the way I am. And I just, you know, I don't really have a problem with that, you know? Even when I'm working and I come home after work, exhausted as fuck, could have the worst day of my fucking life, and I'm still making like at least a 30-minute video before I go to bed. And it's just, I don't know. I make content if I'm able to. No matter what, I'm always making content. Even if it's just a post, a picture, a like 5-second video, you know, I'm always doing something that if I'm able to. You know, if I'm in the hospital or something, obviously I'm not making content. It's shit like that. And most people can't really say that about whatever they're doing. And most people aren't that fucking invested into whatever the fuck it is to be doing it whenever. People want free time. People want time to literally sit down, relax, fucking, you know, stretch your legs out, feel good. I don't really crave that. I don't know why. I'm gonna be honest, it's probably not good health-wise, mentally or physically. But like in terms of just relaxing, like literally you're laying down, you're sitting down, doing literally nothing. Like that is something people are supposed to do for like at least 20 minutes a day, give or take. You know, because you need time for your body just to literally process shit and to just do nothing. But for me, that really only happens when I'm sleeping. And I can't really think of another person that's like that other than maybe fucking Jeff Bezos, I guess. Jeff Bezos would work like fucking 17 hours a fucking day, just so he would never have to work again, basically. But I don't know. I don't. I don't like to just do nothing. You know. Some people may think, you know, making content is doing nothing, but you know, I showed the numbers earlier, or rather talked about the numbers earlier. Sure, I don't have the numbers now, but it's about having the possibility. I have to grow to get there. I'm not just gonna get lucky, and I'm certainly not fucking Hollywood attractive enough to be able to just get those numbers for no fucking reason. All because, like, I don't know, if my fucking bra strap, like, fucking fell over a little bit off my shoulder, you know? I'm not gonna be in those positions. I have to, like, study, I have to fucking grind that shit. I have to do something that everyone else has to fucking do, and that's to fucking work for it. That's just the way it is. And I just, like I said, if I'm able to make content, I just make content. That's the reality of it. Some days, like I said, I won't make content just because I don't want to, or maybe I just can't. Shit fucking happens. I'm not perfect. You're not perfect. Your mother isn't fucking perfect, okay? No one's perfect. Nothing's perfect. Aside from the oxygen we breathe, because we'd be fucking dead otherwise, I guess, the same with water. But that's really about it. Those don't even make fucking sense anyways. We're not gonna get into that conversation right now. But yeah, you know, I'm always doing what I can with what I have. I know I went on a bit of a tangent there, but back in the 2016 days, I was able to make proper content, as I was trying to say, you know, but shit happens. Now I have a shitty fucking laptop that sucks fucking ass. This shit is actually the worst. My fucking old ass iPhone is faster than this fucking computer that was made in fucking 26. No, hold on, 2023? I think it's 2023, right? When I got this computer 2 years ago? Yeah, two years ago is when this shit was literally created. And it sucks ass. It was built using outdated fucking parts. It's crazy. I can't believe the company actually created this product. And I can't believe I was stupid enough to not fucking realize what I was getting myself into. For fucking $200. Not worth it. At all. Just at all. You're better off just using your fucking phone than using this shit, I'll be honest. But I make it work. I do what I can with what I have. Do my videos fucking... Is the quality fucking shitty sometimes? Yes. Like right now. You know? Does my audio cut out sometimes? Yeah. Does the fucking video just completely fucking freeze sometimes? And you're like, you know, you're set back like 30 seconds of footage? Yes. You know? Have we had moments where I was uploading like 60 FPS videos, 1080p, fucking flawless fucking content, commentating the entire time, perfect editing, perfect cuts, fucking perfect intros, outros, everything? Yes, as well. We've been there. We've done that too. Okay? Like, don't get it wrong. I just been through a lot of shit, and I don't have the same setups I had back then. Do I want a proper setup again? Absolutely, of course I do. I want a proper camera. I want like a fucking boom microphone. I want like fucking studio lights. I want fucking like those fucking like the foam you put on the walls to like stop echoing and shit like that. You know, I want proper lighting. I want proper editing software. I want to be able to make thumbnails again, even. You know, I want to do all of that shit again. People just seem to think that I don't for some reason. I don't know why you think that. But it's true. You know, I do what I can with what I have. Kind of just no matter what. I could be stuck with just my phone fucking drowning in the fucking ocean like it's the Titanic. And I would still post one more fucking video if I can. Even if it has to be live streamed. Like fucking literally live streaming my death in the ocean. I would probably still do that, to be honest. Not on purpose, obviously, but like, you know, if it were happening, I would probably pull out my camera one last time to post one last video. I'm gonna be 100% honest about that, okay? I've been making content 12 years. I'm gonna be making content for easily 12 more fucking years. No matter what. Unless I don't fucking live that long, I'm gonna be making content until content just doesn't exist anymore. Or until I don't exist anymore. That's just literally the reality of it, dude. It takes, you know, at the minimum, 15 minutes. 15 minutes a day to make like one video every day. You know? That is like the bare minimum you can fucking realistically achieve. For most people, it's like an hour or two, and whatever, but I will always just find time to make more content, no matter what. I do not give a fuck what it is. This could be a fucking, like, cooking channel in, like, 2 years, dude. I don't care. I will be wherever the fucking tides take me. And I will still be making content, regardless of the fact. Until I get fucking canceled, I guess, for the shit I fucking say. But hey, at least I'm fucking honest, I guess. I don't know. Hate me if you want to. I'm honest about what I say. And, you know, if I'm genuinely sorry for something I said, I will apologize for it. You know, straight up. I'll be like, I shouldn't have said that, or I'm sorry I said that. Most of the time, I'm not. If I said it, then I meant to say it. This is fucking straight. You think I have enough time to process something I don't want to say? Fuck no, dude. I don't have time for that shit. I don't have the energy for that shit. And I don't have the fucking mental capacity for that shit either. Whatever I say is just what I'm saying. And I just have no filter. Sometimes it's really good. Sometimes it's pretty damn bad. I'm sure I'm gonna get in trouble one day for some of the shit I fucking said when I was like 17. Yeah, we all said shit when we were like, you know, high school years and whatever, but most of those things aren't documented on people's fucking channels like it is for me. We have over like 2,000 fucking videos total, and I've deleted maybe 5. Just throughout my years, 12 years, I've maybe deleted 5 videos total. You know, you can find my worst days. You can find my best days. You can literally find when I started relationships to when I ended relationships. Like, you know, all that shit's fucking there for people to fucking witness if they want to dig for it. If you want to see me fucking have mental breakdowns and shit, that's fucking there too. You know, if you want me to hear me spit wisdom, that's there. If you want to see me hit a fucking sick quad fucking feed in Black Ops 3, that's there too. You know, I have a little bit of everything for a little bit of everyone. That's just the way it is for me. Not everyone's gonna like that. You know, some people don't like the videos where I'm just kind of talking. I know this is very old school stuff, okay? We haven't had a video like this where I'm just kind of talking and doing shit for probably like 4, maybe even 5 years. Yeah, okay, no, more like 3 to 4 years is how long that's realistically been. Since we've had just like a proper content where I'm just kind of talking about shit. You know, I'm commentating, I'm doing stuff. You know, we don't really have that much anymore. I actually fucked up climbing this. So this is kind of like a throwback to what I used to do, where I would just make content, dude. Like I said, some of it good, some of it bad, some of it fucking horrendous, some of it fucking blissful. It depends on the videos you're watching, I guess. Where the fuck am I going? Also, I need to take a fucking sip of something before I run out of fucking, I don't know, throat moisture. But yeah, with that all being said, um, I know, I know the future of content doesn't look too hopeful right now, just with how rough it's been the past, you know, 5 years or so since COVID, honestly. Because I'm pretty sure, oh, I asked straight up, dude. The second time I was homeless, um, was like right before COVID happened, basically. Like as soon as I got a new home, which was, I don't want to say his name in case he's ever watching my videos, but you know who you are. Uh, for sanity's sake, we call him Apple. At least I call him Apple. That is the nickname I had to give him, so I did not go fucking psycho anytime I hear his fucking name being mentioned. Anyway, Apple, the guy that helped me get a home, again, after being homeless, because I met this guy when I was homeless, he was an actual psychopath. Straight up, like he was heavily medicated all the time, like prescription medication he had to take. And, um, you know, he seemed pretty nice when I would, like, meet him at, like, the smoke spot and whatnot. Like, he seemed kind of cool. He would have moments where he would get kind of upset, kind of just, like, really bad out of nowhere. And that was 100% a red flag to be fucking aware of. But I didn't, you know, I wasn't I wasn't aware of how red flags worked at the time, to be honest, because I've been fucking homeless twice, so like, fuck, you know? I haven't been in enough social situations like that to just kind of be aware of that. But, you know, I've had multiple people, including him, literally say to my face that, like, I'm going to kill you and shit, you know? That's the kind of shit that happened. That was the kind of shit I had to go through, being homeless and whatnot. And all, you know, all the shit I've been through. But yeah, no, he helped us find, or helped me, sorry, rather, find, oh. Oh no, I did all that for nothing, dude. Crazy. That's crazy. Okay, let's fucking try that again. We'll ignore that. Yeah, no, so, yeah, right before COVID happened, I was homeless, basically. And I think I was living at that new home for, like, probably less than 6 months, because I don't think I was there longer than that, because the landlord kicked me and my girlfriend out, I think. There was me, Apple, my girlfriend, who was supposed to be Apple's girlfriend, apparently, but the different story for another time. Okay, we won't get into that at the moment. Why can't I get up here anymore? Hold on. Why can't I? There we go. Okay. That's a little weird. But yeah, he kicked us all out because I basically promised him, like, you know, he wanted to go out for weekends and stuff because he likes to go hunting and whatnot, just kind of hang out with his buddies. And I basically promised him, because I genuinely was mature enough to be able to handle something like that. But I basically promised him, like, no matter what happens, I will, like, you know, have the house under control, no matter what. And then that was basically the same day I realized that my girlfriend was a piece of fucking shit. I won't name names, but you know who she is if you remember me talking about it years ago. Not one of my first girlfriends or anything like that. I think she was my fifth, I think. I've had like 8 total, I'm pretty sure. 7 or 8. I'm not going to include the ones like before middle school, because I don't even remember who the fuck those people are. When some random woman just comes up to you and they're like, I want to marry you. And you're like, okay, I don't know what the fuck that means, but sure. You know, those ones don't fucking count. But, yeah, no, she's bad. Like, really bad. Abusive, mentally and physically. Not that her punches hurt or anything, you know, she punched me 10 times at the same spot. Without a doubt, even to this day, I could still confidently say that I barely felt it. Honestly, no offense to her. I'm not saying that as in like, oh, this guy is such a badass or whatever. I'm not trying to say that. I'm just trying to say that shit didn't hurt. You know, 10 times in the face. Like, I already smashed my face into the fucking pavement. This ain't shit, dude. Didn't even fucking, I didn't even, like, see any sparkles in my eyes or anything. Fucking none of that shit happened. Anyway, so, you know, after I wrote that note to the landlord because he wanted to kick her out and whatever, and I was like, no, just fucking let her stay, I did the same thing again. That's crazy. I'm not climbing this building anymore because that's not gonna work if I keep doing that. But yeah, so I think it was the weekend that he left after I left him that note. And I was like, just trust me, you know, I got this, you know. I was literally in fucking, like, Sea Cadets. And if I stayed, dude, I probably would be fighting the wars right now in, like, Ukraine and whatnot. I'd be fucking, like, helping that, to be honest. From the water, of course, but, you know, I thought I was, you know, mature enough, because everyone else just wanted to drink and fucking party and all of that shit. And I'm the one that was always buying the groceries, always paying the fucking bills, making sure everyone's paying their fucking portion of rent on time, you know? Like, I genuinely just was more mature than those around me all the time. That's just the way I was, I guess. You know, love me or hate me, it's just the way it was. Why the fuck is there so many buses? What the actual fuck, dude? Dude, what the fuck? Sorry, I'm fucking distracted right now, but that was like 20 buses. Does it keep going? It stops, I think. That's crazy. Why is there... Oh, so many buses. You just gotta drive away, huh, after that? Crazy. Excuse me. Sorry. So yeah. After he left, um, was I even dating her, to be honest? No, I was. Yeah, she's the one that asked me, and I was like, "Fuck it, why not?" I'm probably not gonna see you at the end of summertime anyway, so you know, fuck it, may as well. But fucking, I think it was. How old was I? I can't remember how old I was. 2019? I was 19. Yeah, okay, I was 19. She was like a month away from turning 18, basically. And as soon as she turned 18, dude, literally like that night she turned 18, there was six, maybe even 7 to 8 different fucking men inside my home that she like invited over because they wanted some pussy in their lives because they can't just fucking get pussy normally like a normal fucking man can or whatever the fuck, you know. You gotta go for the women that don't know any better, that you're a fucking piece of shit, basically, you know. 7 to 8 different fucking men just show up at like fucking the 3 of them were driving from the city drunk as fuck in the middle of the night to talk to this fucking woman that just turned 18. Okay? First of all, that's actually fucking disgusting, I'm gonna be honest. Like, do you not get enough fucking action in your life that you have to drive from the city, which is over an hour away, drunk as fuck at like 2 in the morning? Like, is your life really that bad that you have to do that instead of just going to fucking bed to wake up for work in the morning? You know? Most of these people fucking got fired from their jobs for that shit, dude. It's fucking brutal. It was crazy. Yeah, and then they took her to this fucking, um, what was it? It was, I don't know, somewhere in the fucking woods and shit where they just have a fucking, I guess, fucking human trafficking fucking ring going on where they just bring all these fucking young women to fucking, like, get them drunk and shit for, like, a weekend, like, in the forest and shit. I don't know where, because no one will tell me for a good fucking reason, because the amount of shit I would fucking do to those people is crazy. I'm gonna be honest, but like I said, she, it's not like she said no to that kind of stuff. You know? That's what I mean, like, she was bad, she cheated a lot, all that shit. Worst part is, she wouldn't let me leave the relationship either. I tried to leave 3 different times before I just left one night because I just had it fucking enough of it. But, like, I wanted to break up with her literally within the first month of being with this woman. Like, that's just how bad that shit got instantly. I was like, I literally don't want to be with you anymore. And then every time I tried to leave, she'd start fucking, like, slitting her wrists, cutting her ankles and shit like that. Fucking chugging alcohol, fucking taking pills, and then fucking drinking alcohol. Is fucking suicidal, fucking dumb shit. And I'm just the one that's like, I don't want your mother to fucking think that, like, you killed yourself because of me. Like, I don't want to be in that position where I was the last person around you before you died. So I just always went back, and I was like, stop fucking doing this shit to yourself. And then, of course, she'd be like, oh, I'm so sorry, blah, 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 blah. You know, within fucking 2 days, she'd be back at it again. She's not fucking sorry or anything. And honestly, I don't think she ever actually loved me. No, that's not true. I believe she did love me, but she also loved everyone else, to be honest. I'm pretty sure she's cheated in every single relationship she's been in. Even if it's the best relationship she's ever had, she still cheats. Because she has a problem. I don't know what that problem is. She's not the only one with that problem. Men can have that problem too. But, like, she does not stop no matter who she's with. The people before me got cheated on, the people after me got cheated on. That's just the way it was. And like I said, I tried to get away 3 different times. 3 different times. And of course, she would just try to fucking hurt herself every single time I tried to leave. And then be like, oh, I'm so sorry. Start fucking crying and shit. Like, you're not sorry. You're not. You did this multiple times. You're not sorry. Sorry literally means I understand what I did wrong, and I will not do it again. to the best of my abilities. That is, by definition, that is quite literally what sorry means. I'm just saying, dude. So, you know, if you're in a similar situation like that, I feel sorry for you. But, you know, again, I could have just left. You know, I could have just packed my bags and said, fuck you, keep crying and all of that shit. But, again, I didn't want to have that fucking weight on me if she did take her life. You know? I didn't want her, you know, I didn't want that to fall on me. I didn't want to have to be the one to, like, fucking, like, go up to her parents and tell them, like, this is what your fucking daughter did to herself. Because she just fucking mentally unstable. I did not want to be in that position. Because I met her parents, and her parents were genuinely kind of cool. You know? The dad was a little creepy, a little bit. But I made, you know, the mother was cool. They were kind of rich. They went on fucking vacations like twice a year. You know, they lived good lives. I don't know how much of the stories I was told about them are actually true or not, and just like, and not just like, you know, daughters fed up with their bullshit or whatever, trying to like keep her safe and whatnot. Because a lot of daughters will do that. You know, you try to keep them safe, and then they're like, "You're ruining my life," and then you let them free, and then, you know, they're pregnant at like fucking 18, 19. You know, even fucking younger sometimes. Fucking like 16, 15. Shit like that does happen. Just because you decided to just let them do their thing. And I just don't, you know, parent the way you want to parent, I guess, but, you know, trying to keep them safe from certain situations because you know they're probably going to end up in those situations is a good thing to do as a parent. I think what most parents don't do is actually explain their actions. That is something you have to do as a parent. A lot of parents don't think they have to do that for whatever fucking reason. I don't understand why they don't think they have to do that. But like, if you punish your kid, or if you're like, don't go outside after like 10 p.m. or whatever, so they're like not sneaking out and shit. Like, if you have rules like that, and whatever, or like you're punishing them for whatever they did, you have to explain it to them on why that's happening. You can't just do it, because they're not going to understand why. You have to physically explain why. And yeah, they're still going to be rebellious about it, don't get me wrong, but it's the same thing with like a fucking dog, or a cat, or like any animal you're trying to train too. Like, you have to explain to them why they're in that situation in the first place. With animals, you know, give them like a 5-second pep talk about it. Like, it doesn't take very long. But when it comes to humans, you have to explain your fucking actions. Because they're not gonna understand why. It's like if you're upset at someone and you never tell them you're upset, they're not gonna know you're upset at them. You know? Like, if you don't tell people shit, they're not gonna know you. Do you think people are gonna go out of your way to just be like, are you mad at me? Or whatever? Like, no. Fucking people don't have time for that shit, dude. They're gonna be thinking it, don't get me wrong. People are thinking all the time. That's why people do drugs and shit, so they can stop fucking thinking and drinking and whatnot. But like, you know, you have to be fucking, you have to explain that shit to whoever, kids, fucking pets, whatever it may be. You have to explain what's happening, because they just won't understand it, dude. They won't understand it. Same with like fucking any lesson. You gotta explain the reasons why and whatnot. Any fucking way, this is a fucking huge ass tangent from what the fuck topic we're supposed to be on right now. I'm sorry, but I'm just fucking rambling about fucking nonsense sometimes. We were talking about we were supposed to be talking about content. God, this is just category 1. This is crazy that I'm fucking doing this to myself. But yeah, so anyway, content is bad right now, don't get me wrong, but content will get better. It may take months, it may even take another year, it could take weeks, it could take days. It really depends on what's gonna happen. But like, I do want to get back to making proper content again. Absolutely, you know, don't get me wrong, I do want to get back into that again, just because it's, you know, content is what I live for. It's what I breathe. You know, I go to bed thinking about content. What am I gonna make the next day, or what kind of big plans do I have? I fucking wake up thinking about content. When I'm eating, I'm thinking about content. When I'm fucking literally working or going to school, I literally am still thinking about content, dude. I would say when I'm having sex, I'm also thinking about content, but I mean, not really. I have a different type of content, maybe, I guess. Because that's still content at the end of the day. That's just adult rated content. Um, still content though, I suppose. But like I'm just always thinking about content all the fucking time. It's almost kind of exhausting, but it's what I want to do in life. It's who I want to be as a content creator. It's what I want to do. I have a message I want to fucking share with the world, and I plan to do it. And if I fucking die trying, well, at least the fucking evidence is there that I tried. For more people to take up the mantle and try it themselves. You know? At least there's that. If I end up failing in the end, or I just die fucking young, at least the motivation's there for someone else to pick up the torch and to at least do their part in the world, at least try to do their part in the world, you know? A lot of us just kind of focus on ourselves and how to be fucking whatever. But, I live for other people. I don't just live for myself. I should because it's my life and the only life I fucking have, don't get me wrong. But, it's not just about me. It's about the people around me. The people that support me. Friends, family, fucking relationships, whatever the fuck it may be. Fans even, like I'm just always thinking about other people other than just myself. All the time. Just literally all the time, dude. It's also fucking exhausting doing that 24/7, but it's just who I am, dude. It's just who I am. I hated my life growing up. Like, why would I be living just for myself if that was the case? I already didn't want to fucking live as long as it is. And, I didn't even plan to live this long either, but here we are. And I don't mean to say that as in, like, I'm ungrateful or anything. Like, I'm very grateful for living this long. Because I was able to overcome my depression and like a lot of other problems, and this year mentally and physically has been one of my better years of all time, by the way. Can you swim? Nope. That was a dumb question. Oh my god, I'm all the way back up here again? Holy shit. This is where I started. That's crazy. I didn't know that's how the respawns work. I thought it spawns you back on land, but just like, wherever you were. That's okay. I'm okay with this. This gives me enough time to fucking think about the next topic here. But yeah, the point being is I'm just always going to be making content no matter what, you know? It doesn't matter if it's low quality, high quality. I'm going to be doing what I can with what I have. Just kind of forever. That's just the way it is. And I just, I hope people respect that, at least. Because at least I'm fucking trying. Most people are scared to try. To build anything. Most people are scared to just put themselves out there. Most people are scared to have fucking dreams, dude. At the age of 13, I was like, fuck it, I know what I want to do for my entire life. I know why I want to do it. I know the purpose of it. I know the goals I want. And I spent every single day learning how to make that happen. Age 13, dude. Don't ever say I fucking did nothing with my life. Because I could have been a normal fucking kid playing outside with my friends, fucking doing whatever, fucking sneaking out at night, I guess, fucking partying and shit. But no. I just kept learning all the time on how to be fucking successful at the thing I actually enjoy doing. Fucking call me pathetic if you want to, I guess. I don't know. I call it dedication, fucking prowess and whatnot. You can call it whatever you want, but most people don't do that, dude. That's like some Abraham Lincoln type shit up there. You know? Most kids didn't do shit like that. They just want to be kids. Kids just want to be kids. Kids want to have fun. Kids want to forget about their fucking problems that they're going through so they don't have to think about it. But I said, fuck that. I'm gonna learn everything I can about what I want to do. I had to do it properly. And little did I know, I was technically learning how to build a business that entire time. Only maybe like 30% of what I was learning was actual content creation. That other fucking like 70% was basically how to run a business, how to make money, how to be successful, how to get people to fucking view your products. You know, that was technically what the vast majority of what I was learning was about. And I really didn't realize that until like literally last year, to be honest. Anyway, point being is I will be making content just whenever I can, no matter what. A shitty computer, fucking high-end computer that costs as much as a fucking car, doesn't matter. Okay? Like, I'm gonna be doing what I can with what I have. And people are gonna have to fucking respect that. Okay? If you don't like it, I understand. Do you think I like my content by now? Not really. Do I wish I would commentate a little more? Yeah. That's kind of why I'm making this video right now. Is to sort of see if I'm even capable of still doing that in the first place. Because it's been years since I've just commentated properly. But I obviously needed topics to talk about because I just can't commentate normally. You know, I can't be like, oh, that was a cool trick or whatnot. Yeah, I can't do that anymore. Which is something I have to reteach myself how to do. Which fucking sucks, don't get me wrong. I've been doing this for 12 years and I have to reteach myself something? Crazy. That's, you know, that's the way it is. There's a lot of new things I have to learn as well. Because, you know, there's an algorithm now. Things are different. Content's different. People want different things. People enjoy different things. Anyway. That whole fucking first section took way too long. I'm pretty sure that took over an hour for just that one section. Crazy. That was the biggest topic I wanted to talk about was content. And we went on a few like side tangents a little bit. You know, I tend to do that when I'm just kind of rambling about shit. Where I just kind of go off course a little bit. That's why I wrote it down this time. But it's crazy. It's crazy that the start of that took that long. Oh, God. Okay, yeah, a lot of these other ones won't take that long. Okay, I fucking promise. I promise, okay. Anyway, I am going to smoke real quick so I can keep my fucking brain waves connected here. Because I need to keep this focus going before I get too tired, which is probably going to happen in like 20 minutes, to be honest. On the bright side, I'm getting tired at like the same time every time. I do like that. I'm not used to that, okay? That's why I'm like talking about it. Most people are used to that. Waking up, going to bed, same time. People are used to that. I'm not. Like I said, 8 years of sleep issues where I would go to bed after the sun comes up. And no, it's not because I want to. It's because my body is fucking forcing me to. Okay? Don't get the idea. People see me awake back in the day at like 6 a.m. They're like, oh, you're up early, having a great day and whatever. I'm just like, dude, you don't know how badly I want to be fucking asleep right now for the past like 8 hours. You have no idea. The fucking nightmare, fucking hell bullshit I had to go through just to be up like here at 6 a.m., you know? It's some crazy fucking shit. Going to bed after the sun comes up 100% fucks up your life, dude. I've probably easily cut like 30, 40 years off my life just from that alone. Maybe 30 is probably a better number to be optimistic with, but sleep is something that's just so fucking important, dude. You can think whatever the fuck you want to think, okay? Your body's a machine. Just like your car. Just like a fucking fan. Just like your phone. Things need to charge. Things need to be maintained. Things need to rest. That's just the way it fucking is, dude. If sleep wasn't important, wouldn't, like, every animal ever just, like, not sleep? Some animals die because they sleep, you know? To be honest, most animals die because they sleep. Most animals are scared to sleep because they know they're gonna fucking die. But they have to sleep eventually. It's just the way it is. That's how life works. And when you can't get proper fucking sleep for 8 whole years, it fucks you right up, dude. I probably ruined my entire life. It no fault of my own. Like, don't get me wrong. It wasn't something I was doing. It's not like I was doing fucking like heroin or some shit to keep myself awake or whatever. You know? Don't get me banned for saying that. But yeah, it's just like that. It's just my body was just doing it because it's all it knew what to do. My body was just fucked up. I had a fucking bike accident before then, so now I have fucking brain damage, which probably caused that shit to happen anyways. It was outside of my control. Something that was ruining my entire existence was completely outside of my control. And I think that's fucking just sucks. That's just some really shitty shit, dude. Really shitty shit. Anyway, so next topic. It's going to be a little bit of business stuff, and then we're going to talk about like 12-year celebration. And then yeah, we'll get into the other topics here at the end. So I don't know how much longer we're going to be talking for. Depends on how many fucking tangents I go on, I guess. But yeah, if you enjoyed listening to me talk and ramble and whatnot up to this point, consider dropping a like. If you're on Kick, please follow and subscribe. And if you're on YouTube, please subscribe as well if you are new. Much appreciated. Absolutely. Like, you, I can't express it enough on how much I genuinely appreciate every single one of you. It's fucking crazy. I wish I could support it more. If I can give you all fucking $1 million, I would. Unless you're like a fucking psycho, then maybe not. Maybe I won't do that, but anyway. Yeah, I'm gonna smoke this real quick, and then we'll move on to the other subjects that won't take nearly as long. And if you stuck around this long so far, thank you. You know? Drop a comment, I guess. I don't know what you should comment, but you should comment something. Comment, I don't know. I don't know. I'm not good at giving you guys fucking suggestions to talk about. Which is something else I also need to work on. Just let your heart fucking tell you, I guess. I don't know. If you want to be like, thank you, or I'm sorry, or fucking whatever it may be, go for it. If you want to just talk shit, go for it. If you want to talk about something completely random that happened like 10 years ago, go for it. I don't care. Do whatever you want to do in the comment section. Just go for it, I guess. Don't DDoS people, okay? Don't be that guy, please. Don't start doing that shit. Anyway, give me a second. Sorry that first section fucking took so damn long, goddamn. That's why I wrote down these topics before I fucking started talking, dude. I knew I was gonna start going off on fucking tangents randomly. That's kind of what I do. Start talking about some random shit halfway through what I'm already trying to talk about. So yeah, let's talk about business stuff a little bit here. Because we haven't had proper conversations about it in a bit. So for those of you that do know, I've been working on trying to make my own business and stuff for the past 130 days or so. It's not easy. Anyone can do it if you're going into like the same position I'm going into, I guess. The same type of company, which is like, making websites using AI and stuff like that. Like anyone can do that. It's not too hard to actually do that sort of stuff, but I have to learn a lot of things when I'm doing this stuff, okay? And one of them is that, you know, getting money to fund a business is not easy, dude. It's not fucking easy. Especially when you had your fucking identity stolen the same year you turned fucking 18. It's even harder because my credit score is fucked, dude. My credit score is absolutely fucked. It's going to take me at least a year to actually get it back to just fucking normal levels. So I can't even ask money from like banks and shit to do that. I think the worst part is to get proper business money, at least to try to get the amount I'm trying to get, is you need a good credit score, first of all. But you also need to have been, like, borrowed that amount of money just from, like, a personal standpoint, which I didn't really know that was a thing, like, that was a requirement to have. Not all banks are, require you to do that, but the bank account I made my business account with, they do require you to do shit like that. Worst part is, though, I can't even get personal fucking loans and shit because that's how bad my credit score is. I can't even get personal fucking money to build up my credit score. I can get a fucking credit card to build up my credit score. I can't get a fucking car to build up my credit score. I can't even get a mortgage to build up my credit score. I can't do anything a normal person is supposed to do to build up their fucking credit score because my credit score is that fucked up, dude. And it's not even my fault. It's not even my fault, dude. Indians stole my identity when I was 18, and they fucking borrowed money in their own country under my name, and they just never paid it back. And I have to pay the fucking repercussions of that. I just wish I realized those repercussions way fucking sooner, instead of this year. Like, that is like, what, 7, 8 years? That I've just been letting them fucking ruin my life entirely? Like, that's crazy. That I just fucking allowed that to fucking happen. Mind you, I was young and stupid and didn't realize just how bad having your identity stolen actually is. But it's one of the actual worst things that could fucking happen to someone. Like, honestly, anyone that wants a successful fucking life, dude, that just absolutely ruins your chances of fucking doing anything ever. Anyway, I bring that up because I've been spending the past, I want to say 60 days, trying to get business funding one way or another. I've been hitting up different lenders, I've been hitting up fucking different programs and shit. I've been trying to do, like, startup funding, fucking all that shit. And if they don't need you to have a good credit score, they require your business to actually be making money for, like, 6 months or more, and, like, 10 grand or more a month. And honestly, I don't understand that, because if my business is making money, let alone 10,000 a fucking month, why would I be asking for money? You know? If I'm making money, why would I be asking for money? That shit doesn't fucking sense to me at all. I understand it helps to, like, get more capital to work with. Like, if you wanted, like, $100,000 or, like, even $1 million, like, that's probably, like, a year's worth of business funding to just get up front to help you, build your business and get employees and whatever the fuck it may be. But at the end of the fucking day, like, why would I be asking for money if I had fucking money in the first place? That doesn't make fucking sense to me at all. It really doesn't. If I'm making fucking $500,000 a year, why would I be asking for money? It doesn't make fucking sense to me. So I ended up with this one program that I'm sort of looking into now. The amount they will give you is way less. It's up to $10,000 maximum. They don't give people most of that right away, to be honest, but I'm going to fucking try to, because the more the better. The setup cost for the business right now is already like $11,000 to get everything I need to guarantee a client within the first, like, 3 months of active business, essentially. I can tweak those numbers to be a little more realistic, because that was if I were to have, tens of thousands of fucking dollars to be able to fucking invest into. That was best case scenario. That was my plan. Plans don't work out the way you fucking want them to when your identity's fucking stolen. So that, that's probably never gonna happen. But there's a chance, I guess. I'll talk about that in a second, maybe. But yeah, the one program I'm trying to get into, it's only up to 10,000. But this is more of teaching, like, new business owners under the age of like 30, I think, to teach them about loans, basically. It's basically like a glorified lesson on how to get a loan, how loans work, the entire process, because they do exactly what the banks are going to, request of you and whatnot. Even though they give you fucking nowhere close to as much as a bank can give you, it's meant to just teach people, basically, how to get a loan, how to finance it. So basically, if I were to get the maximum 10,000, my meeting was yesterday. Yeah, my meeting was yesterday, so I'm just waiting for an email now from a business advisor, I think. No, business coach. And then it goes to a business advisor, and then it goes to like the bank people after that, basically. But pretty much, if I were to get the maximum 10,000, I'd be paying that back for 5 years, which is quite a long fucking time. And the payment, the interest rate is about 7.20%. So basically, if you borrowed like $10,000, you'd be paying back around like, $10,700, or sorry, $17,000 rather, with a rate like that. So you are paying back more than what you're getting, obviously, because these people need a profit too. But unlike a bank, because I could convince them to do a deal for like 2 years, where I'm paying back thousands of dollars a month for 2 years, but at least it's paid off sooner. But the bright side about that is the longer it takes, the less you actually have to pay back per month. You're going to be paying more in the end, just without a doubt. That's just how money works when you're trying to get, loans and whatnot. That's just the way it is. The longer you're paying back for it, the cheaper it's going to be for you per month, but the more you actually pay back in the end, just because of interest, and that's just how interest works. It just goes up and up and up and up and up until you finally pay it all. This is the way it is. But that only comes up to about basically $200. It's 198.96 cents. So roughly $200 a month for like 5 years. That's a realistic margin that I would be able to afford, assuming the business goes well and I want it to go well and I believe in myself. The banks make me not fucking want to believe in myself at all, but I gotta remember my credit fucking problem is not my fault. My identity was fucking stolen. It's not my fault. I've never owned credit, so I can't even get my credit score down as it is. It sucks ass that I'm in this position, but it's literally not my fault. I just gotta remember that. Not to get discouraged by it. It's gonna take probably 2 years, maybe even more, to actually fix those problems permanently. That's a long time. I don't even know if I'm gonna be alive in 2 years, okay? I'm gonna be honest. Shit happens. And my health isn't perfect. This has been one of the better years. Not entirely sure what I did differently this year, though, to be honest, but something's changing, and that's good at least. So I just kind of wanted to explain that a little bit, because that basically means the whole start of my business, if I am given this amount, it'll be harder. It won't be impossible at all. It'll just be harder than what I wanted it to be like, in like a perfect, world scenario type shit, which I just have no control over that, unfortunately. The other thing I could do, depending on how long this takes, I guess, is I could technically beg my personal bank account. I could basically beg them for a loan of a much higher amount, and then I would have to convince a supervisor of the bank to actually allow them to, like, say yes to that. That's the only way I'd be able to get more money than this, basically. And it kind of makes sense that I should start, with this, because it is teaching business owners like myself who are just starting out on how to get a loan and whatnot, and how that works and how repayments work and all of that shit. Like, it doesn't mean I can't get more money at any point. Like, I could probably get another loan if I really wanted to from someone else. But, you know, it's meant to just be a glorified lesson to teach business owners on, you know, how it works. And I feel like that's a good place to start. Issue is, it could take fucking 4 to 6 weeks on average from the start of the process to when money is in your pocket. That is a long fucking time when we're talking about business here, okay? A lot of people are still working, you know, side jobs, side hustles, whatever it may be, before they actually get their business off the ground, but I'm not in that position. I'm in a position to be able to pay my rent, pay the fucking bills that need to be paid, and that's about it. That's all I can fucking afford right now, is literally the bare minimums. You know, I have to go to food banks and shit just to fucking be able to survive off food. But that gave me the benefit of having the last 130 days to be able to set up a business. From fucking start to finish. Like, my business is ready to get clients. I just need better equipment, fucking money to invest into the business. And then we're good to go, dude. Then we're just fucking good to go after that, basically. I don't know. I didn't think it was going to be this fucking hard. Honestly, it's again, it's not my fault for my credit score being all fucked. Like, that just 100% is not a fault of my own. Banks don't give a fuck if it's your fault or not, because then they're just like, why haven't you fixed it, and whatever. Which is straight up, I didn't know. I didn't know my credit score was this fucked. I didn't know what these people were fucking doing. I didn't even know what identity theft even fucking meant. I just knew someone was me out there. That's all I knew, is that someone had my name. And I know shit like if they commit a fucking crime like mass fucking genocide, now I have to appear in court to literally defend myself, to say that that wasn't me, even though it was me, but it's not, because it's not who I am. Like, I am the only me, but there's technically more of me out there because my identity was stolen. You know? They can go into fucking hospitals and shit and change, like, health records of me. They can say I have some sort of, like, fucking really bad illness, like fucking Ebola or some shit. Fucking someone could just come into my door and just be like, you need to be, like, fucking decontaminated or whatever. Fucking, you need, like, surgery, you need to be, like, fucking put down, dude. Like, that's the kind of fucking power someone has over your life if they steal your identity. Not everyone's gonna do fucked up shit like that, but most of the time they will just get loans and shit under your name in their own country, and because it's you, that falls on you. When they don't pay it back, that falls on you. And more times often than not, it's not actually going to show up on your credit report that, like, you owe money, because it's in another country. Their fucking credit services work differently, you know? Your credit score is still the same, but it's not going to reflect everything all the time from other countries and shit like that. So basically, your credit score gets lower and lower and lower, and sometimes there's no real clear reason as to why that's happening. And unfortunately for me, it's going to take multiple months, probably 3+ months, to just even, like, be able to talk to, like, a professional legal services person about the credit situation and my identity being stolen. Like, that's how long that process takes, dude. I don't have that kind of time right now. As much as I wish I did, and as much as I need to get this problem fixed, I don't have months and months and months to fucking wait for this shit. I want to get my business fucking up and running again. Not even again, just for the first time. Because it took me, what, 45 days, I think, total, to, like, come up with a business name, a logo, business plan, fucking, you know, figure out how to actually use the software and all that shit. Figure out all of that stuff, you know, packages, fucking products I want to sell, all that shit. You know, that shit took me like 45 fucking days straight. Every day. Every fucking day, just to get the fucking foundations done. But like I said, my business is ready to get clients, technically. I just don't have the money to actually make it happen. Not to say I can't do it for free, you know? I could send out 1,000 fucking messages, I guess. But I can't actually log into the fucking service because it's subscription-based. So, I wouldn't be able to even work even if someone wanted me to. Like, I need the money to actually be able to fucking get into it first. Then I can, charge people fucking for free to do fucking services and shit. Absolutely. I'm gonna take a second here to pull out one of these papers. One with a staple. So the reason why I wanted to start my own business in the first place is one, because I have a lot of gaps in my resume. No one told me how bad gaps in your resume actually are. Adults in my life were just like, don't have gaps in your resume. They never explained why that's bad. They just said, don't do it. But, with fucking going homeless after high school, or during high school, and then after high school, fucking getting sick, like, every month for, like, 4 years, shit like that. It was pretty bad. I lost a lot of jobs, no fault of my own. I honest to God think I've only been fired from one job because I, didn't do it right. One single job out of all the jobs I've had throughout my life. The rest of them I've been let go of because they're like, you can't do it. You're not healthy enough, you're not fit enough, you're not stable enough, you can't even get to work because you don't have enough fucking money to get to work. Like, situations like that. A reason why I lost my jobs. And after moving to the city and working at places like Amazon, I lost that job because buses. The transit system in the fucking capital of fucking Ontario in Canada is just so fucking awful, dude. Shit's fucking so bad, honestly. I know it's supposed to be more convenient and shit, but it's not convenient when I'm fucking late to work all the time because of buses. Oh, just get on the fucking earlier bus. Yeah, I've tried that too. Still get there late, by the way. Crazy. It's either I get there like an hour and a half fucking early, or I get there fucking like 10 plus minutes late. Sometimes even longer, depending on how fucking bad buses are, especially in the winter time. But buses get stuck, Shit fucking happens, and then apparently that's my fucking fault when that happens every fucking time. Crazy, love it. But the transit system sucks. When I got fired from Amazon, dude, that same day, because I have to wake up fucking 4 in the morning just to catch the fucking bus for 5 to get to work for 7, by the way. Fucking crazy hours, I know. I get off work at like fucking 5. I wouldn't get home till like fucking 7, dude. It was fucking bad. Not healthy either. That shit sucked ass. Don't ever fucking do that, by the way. Don't work hours like that. Not worth it. It's not good for you. It's not normal. No one should ever have to fucking do that. But I woke up normal time to get the bus. And, I'm always checking the time, always fucking calling the fucking stop signs to see when the bus is coming. And, usually it says like 10 minutes, 5 minutes, 30 minutes, whatever it may be. And, yeah, the first bus came about like 2 minutes later than it was supposed to. That's not the end of the world, depending on how traffic is and whatever. And he drove right past me as I'm on the side where I'm supposed to be with my hand out with my bus card, literally waving at him, being like, hey, I'd like to get on the fucking bus. And he drove right past me. And then I was like, okay, that's not the end of the world. The next bus is in 30 minutes, so realistically I'd be about like 15 minutes late to work. Not the end of the world. That bus shows up after I'm waiting 30 fucking minutes. That bus. And again, I'm standing on the side, arm out, fucking bus card in my hand, waving it around, being like, hey, I'm over here, stop at this position. The second bus drove right past me. And at that point, I'm not going to get to work now until, like, basically in time for, like, lunch break. Like, that's how late I'm becoming because of this. Because now I have to wait fucking like 40 minutes for the next bus. That's basically why I lost that fucking job after moving to the city, because buses fucked me over. Without a doubt, dude. I was there on time and everything, and the buses were just like, fuck this guy, dude. Anyway, so the reason why I want to get into the whole business thing, making my own shit, making money for myself, and, you know, taking advantage of this whole AI gold rush situation, because we're probably never going to see another gold rush in our lifetime other than like robots, I guess, or like flying cars, maybe. I don't know. Or aliens, I guess, because the whole alien conversation going on right now is pretty fucking crazy. Pretty crazy. We're not even going to talk about that today, though. Tonight, rather. But then I also see the numbers. You know, I'll just get into. I don't want to say here too yet, but maybe I will. Maybe, you know what? Fuck it, dude. These numbers aren't actually happening yet, so I can say them. I also don't have a lawyer yet to tell me not to, so. Year one, assuming, you know, I'm able to get like 4 clients a month and whatnot. Now, actually, before I say these numbers, I did tweak my cash flow a little bit because I I was literally making so much on the predictions and like the projections of income that I was like, I don't even have to charge people for the setup costs. Because my initial idea for setup costs, so I'm able to pay for like subscriptions, food, you know, all that shit as I'm working on my services, um, was 1,097, which for a business, that's not a lot of money. You know, I'm asking for over 10 grand. Like I wanted the tens of thousands of fucking dollars to just start my business alone. $10,000 is probably what I'm gonna end up with, but that's, you know, that's, I want more than that because it takes a lot of money to run a business. Yeah, $1,000 ain't shit to them, to be honest. That is like fucking chump change when it comes to a business. That ain't shit, and I'm gonna tell you why, um, as I get into this. But I figured, you know, why I don't even have to charge people that much because by month 2, I'm already making as much as I would have per month. If I was trying to charge people service charges on top of like the fucking maintenance fees and shit. So I'm kind of thinking that like I should just not charge people for setup costs. So I can literally just be like, my services are fucking free. I will do all the work for free. You literally just have to pay maintenance fees to keep everything up and running. That is literally it. That is it's less than $550 basically per person per month. Um, so the whole idea is that with with a system like that, we can like, here's what we want to do for your businesses, make you a website, you know, get fucking seen more, get more fucking customers and whatnot. Results not fucking guaranteed because I'm not allowed to guarantee that. Technically, from like a legal standpoint, I'm not allowed to guarantee that they'll get more people. But, you know, an online presence is important. We literally live in the fucking digital age, dude. We've been living in the digital age for a long time. If your fucking business doesn't have a website, you're not going to make it. Ever. It doesn't matter how good your advertising is, dude. People aren't going to give a fuck. Because here's the thing, right? If someone can't find you on Google, why are they going to spend any longer than fucking 10 seconds to try to find you when they can find 10 other people better than you to do the exact thing they want? They're not going to waste their time trying to find someone that they don't even know if they exist or not. That's why having an online presence is so important. Because when people look you up on Google, or your services on Google, they're going to actually see you. Because if they don't see you, they're going to go to your fucking competitors. Pretty fucking self-explanatory shit, you know? That's why I just feel like a lot of people wouldn't say no to that because they know they need it. If you want to hear like statistics and whatnot, These are a little outdated now because that shit's in like the fucking 40 million range now. But in America alone, there's 33 million business owners without a website for their business. And they did a study on a certain percentage of them, and I think it was around 80% or like 75% out of like those business owners said they want a website and stuff within the next 2 years. Like, do the math on that, dude. What is 75% of 33 million, dude? Run the numbers on that. It's a lot, okay? Your chances of fucking failing is super low if you get on this shit now, of course. If you wait 5 years, it's gonna be a lot harder. You might only have like 10 million people to work with in just America alone. But that's America alone. And those numbers reflect that people are looking actively into this. Because business owners know they need websites and shit. They need a social media presence. They need all that shit. They need to adapt AI. You know? If your fucking website and shit has like AI agents that can answer questions and take calls and whatnot for you, then that already saves a lot of money a year. Just to like get rid of a few people on your company because you don't need them anymore. Or, keep like one person for like emergency calls or whatever. Or, like, the robot AI person could like transfer them over to you. And the voices actually sound real. The only thing that really shows that it's AI is when it asks you to like repeat things. Like when you say your email, it'll be like, okay, is this the correct email? That'll like repeat it to you. You know? But that's also professionalism at the same time. So anyway, getting into some numbers here, right? My whole goal, realistically, and I don't know if I'll be able to achieve this at first, in the first couple months. It might take a little bit of traction to actually get to that point. But I want to try and get one client a week. That's roughly 4 clients a month, which sounds pretty fucking reasonable. Even if you're working like an hour a day, 7 days a week, that should be fucking doable. Send out mass text messages, emails, whatever it may be. Fucking put posters up in your fucking local neighborhood, whatever the fuck. you know, Getting 4 clients a week, sorry, 4 clients a month seems pretty fucking reasonable and doable, to be honest. Um, so that's the whole goal, is to get 4 clients a month, essentially. Which, again, should be doable on my own or with a team, should be just fucking doable regardless. And the reason why I wanted to take off my entire fucking like setup costs and fees and whatnot, assuming I have actual money to put into the company so I can actually offer my services for free, because if I don't have money, then I literally can't do the work for you because I can't even log into my shit to even start working for you. But in month 1, right, with 4 people paying like, the monthly subscription maintenance fee that they would have to pay, that's already over $2,000. Just month 1 alone. And then the snowball effect kicks in, right? You get 4 more clients the next month paying monthly fees, right? So that means you'd have 8 people that month, which just doubles your money. And then the next month, 4 more people. That's 12 people monthly paying you. So on and so forth. I think you guys get the vision, right? You keep doubling your money constantly. not exactly doubling, because it's by 4 increments of 4, I guess. But, the snowball effect kicks in very early. Within your first 3 months, you actively see the snowball effect taking place. So, with those numbers in mind, right, by the end of year 1, we're looking at about 48 clients in a month paying us, which realistically sounds pretty fucking reasonable. in total, that entire year would be like 312 monthly payments throughout the year, which is crazy, by the way. Y'all don't even want to know how much fucking Netflix and shit's making because you're fucking giving them your money every month. Crazy. But just for the subscription costs alone, all the maintenance fees, the lowest fees, by the way, like fucking less than $600 a month just to keep this shit up and running after I've done everything. That is over 160,000 fucking dollars by the end of the year. That's just year one, dude. That's just year one. Okay? Just let that sink in a little bit, you know? That's already more than most people work governments. I have 2 friends working at the government, dude. I'm probably not allowed to fucking disclose this, but I'm gonna do it anyways. I won't give an exact amount, but they're making over like $100,000 a month. And even them, with having children and whatnot, that's hardly enough to even get everything they need to get in like a day-to-day life. Most people don't even make that much in like a year. I hope I didn't say month. If I said month, I apologize. That doesn't happen. Unless your name is fucking Jeff Bezos or whatever, I guess. Billionaires. But like, that's more than people are making at the government. And that's just year one alone. With realistic fucking numbers, if you put in the fucking effort and the work to get a client a week, just one client every week, dude, like that's easy fucking money, dude. Easy fucking money that most people fucking make if they want to make it. And that's without the setup costs. That would come out to $52,000 roughly, for just the setup costs alone for 48 people in the year. Yeah, that's how much that would come up to. That's even less than just the fucking reoccurring monthly payments. That's why I was like, fuck it, dude. I should just get rid of that fucking fee entirely. Just offer my services for free, and they just pay the fucking maintenance. Pretty fucking good deal, dude. Honest to God, people charge thousands of fucking dollars for the shit I'm offering people. And here I am being like, give me less than 600 a month, dude. Fuck it. Just keep everything up and running after I've already done everything for you. Again, that's just year one. And that's technically passive income at that point. Because if they want your services, they're probably not just gonna get rid of them unless you're a shitty human being, or like your servers go down or get fucking hacked or something. Right? I don't know the exact numbers for year two, but you can do the math, right? 4 clients a month. You just keep going and going and going and going and going and going and going every single month, dude. Year two was predicted to be like almost $500,000 fucking dollars. Excuse me. Like, almost $500,000, dude. 2 years. Mind you, all of that money is not going to you. If all that money goes to you, you're a shitty fucking business owner, okay? Straight up. Just straight up. My fucking paychecks would be like $5,000 a month. I'd be paying myself $60,000 a year out of, well, year one's, you know, roughly 170, I'm pretty sure, $1,000. You know, lawyers, fucking accounting, fucking advertising, promotions. I gotta pay my own wages. I gotta pay fucking employee wages. I gotta pay for fucking rent, utilities, fucking insurance, fucking bank fees, fucking supplies, all of that shit. I gotta pay for all of that shit, dude. Internet, training, everything. That's why you can't just take all the money out of the business. Like, yes, that's a lot of money. You're only getting a percent of it, though. Until your business is making money without you needing to be there. And then it's like, cool. You're able to pay everyone's fucking food and bills, and they're fucking able to do whatever the fuck they want. If they're able to do the work you give them, then, you know, do whatever you want with the money. A smart person would expand more, get a new office, fucking start the entire process over again. You know, you're the only one there working at first, then you hire some more people, and they start, so on and so forth. Eventually, you could pull out like $1 million or more, even per month if you really fucking wanted to, just for yourself. You have to work for it, though. Don't get me fucking wrong, okay? These numbers are not just gonna happen magically. That's not how that works. You do have to put in the effort and the time. But if your business plan's good, your script is good, your product's good, your motivations are good, and your business is good, people aren't gonna want to say no. They're gonna go to someone else that can maybe do it a little bit better, but for like double the fucking price. People don't want that. People don't want that, dude. They want someone to do the fucking work for them, so they don't have to worry about it. That's exactly what we do. All they have to do is give us their fucking vision. That is it. Tell us what you fucking want your shit to look like, what you expect to happen, what kind of like color fucking scheme you want to use, what kind of name you want, do you want it to look professional? Do you want it to look like goofy? Do you want it to be like inspiring? All that shit. Do you want it to be fucking completely different than everyone else? Literally, that's all they have to do. Yeah, we just fucking do the work for them, dude. That's a lot of money in just 2 years alone. Just 2 years, dude. Just 2 years of doing that is all it takes. And then you're good. You're good after that. You could stop working if you wanted to and fucking retire just then and there if you really wanted to. These people are still gonna be paying you per month anyways. You could stop working just in 2 years alone. It's crazy. I'm not gonna do that because I'm gonna expand this shit like a fucking parasite, dude. I'm gonna expand this shit fucking globally if I'm able to. If I'm not able to, fuck it, dude. That's fine. But I like to be able to generate a lot so I can do more things. If I have ideas for movies or something, cool. I could just pay people like $10 million to go do that for me. Just like on the sidelines, so they could just fucking start doing that for me. I don't even have to be there. I just have to give them the idea for it. Shit like that. It'd be kind of cool. But because I have gaps in my resume and shit, it's physically almost impossible for me to actually get a fucking job again. Like, it took me literally a year to go from the phone job I had to the attic insulation job I had, which was literally with the same fucking company, just two different sides of the company, basically. I worked for both sides of the company, essentially. And people don't understand just how fucking brutal that actually is. Like, no one understands how devastating that is, because no one is in that fucking position, aside from, homeless people and whatnot and all that shit. And like fucking, meth addicts and all that whatnot. All the bad situations you could possibly be in. Those are the people that are in that position. But no one fucking talks about how fucking hard it is to live your life when you can't get a fucking job. The only way I'd be able to get a fucking normal job again is to put in like community service hours for like a whole year, essentially. I would have to do community shit fucking anywhere that's accepting it for like a year or longer. Just to show people, hey, I'm willing to work. I'm ready to work. Like, that's fucked up, dude. How do you expect someone to fucking live that long to be able to fucking do that with no money? Like, it's fucking impossible. I'm lucky enough to be able to pay rent and fucking get the bills paid. And I still have fucking less than fucking $20 to my name every month. That's just the way it is. I do my taxes, so, some months I might get like $70 on like the 15th or whatever, sometimes that happens. But like, that's just more of like a little bump than it is like life-changing. Like, that's not enough to pay for groceries. That's enough to get like bread and milk and all the essentials, toilet paper and whatnot, and then I'm broke again immediately after that. or that's enough to pay for like my cigarette fucking addiction, or rather nicotine addiction, for like a month, you know? Because I spend probably fucking $60 to like $80 a month just on smokes alone, which is fucking disgusting, and that's why I need to fucking stop smoking. Versus like a vape, which probably would be around the same amount, honestly, because a vape pod for my device is like fucking $30 on its own. But it lasts me longer. It lasts me longer. For like, you know, to have the same effect, basically. I fucked it up. But yeah, you know, that's the main reason why I wanted to start my own business. Hey, look, Casper. I just sent that to Casper site, dude. I don't know if you guys know who Casper site is. He's a YouTube channel I watch very often. Is he on my friend list still? He's not. I made a video with him at one point, back in the Call of Duty Black Ops 5? Was it Black Ops 5? I don't know. We did some like a Warzone video. It was cool. I like that guy. He's awesome. I don't think he does community stuff like that anymore. He's, you know, he's got a wife and kids and whatnot to take care of, but he's a cool dude, you know? And I had him added on Xbox at one point. It just kind of say he's online here and there sometimes, but I don't know if we're actually still friends or not. He may have removed me. Is this Twitch TV guy? Can I promote this guy real quick? I don't use Twitch right now, so if you're a Twitch fan, check out Lambdo. Twitch TV Lambdo, dude. Check him out. Tell him I sent you. Anyway, so yeah, that's the main reason why I want to start my own business and stuff, is because one, I'm fucked for finding a fucking job unless I want to do community service for literally a year at different fucking places, probably every fucking different day too. You know, food banks, fucking hospitals, fucking orphanages, whatever the fuck it may be, picking up fucking trash on highways like I'm a fucking prisoner. Whatever it may be, that's the kind of shit I'd have to do to just get a fucking job again. Which is something I'm not used to. Honestly, I used to be pretty proud of myself, because if I lost a job, within 60 days roughly, sometimes sooner, sometimes a little longer, I would be able to get another job again. With good pay rates, fucking good hours, full-time. You know, I don't think I've ever had a single part-time job. It's always been full-time jobs. Usually minimum wage or like a little bit higher. You know, I've had some good paying jobs throughout my life. But like, if I ever lost a job, I was always able to get another job very fucking quickly. And, you know, after COVID, that just kind of all fucked up. And it started taking like 3 to 6 months to get a job. And that was too long. And now it takes fucking like a year or fucking longer to get a job. And again, no one fucking understands just how fucking brutal that is. People look at you like, oh, you're living the good life, you don't have to fucking do anything like the rest of us, you don't have to fucking wake up when you don't want to fucking do something you don't want to. And I'm just thinking, at least you can fucking buy anything you want. Like, do you want a new car? Buy one, dude. You want a new TV? Buy one. Do you want fucking food? Buy food. You know, I don't have that opportunity. I have to fucking eat fucking beans and rice fucking 4 days a week, dude. I hate it. I hate it so much. At least I'm not fucking starving to death at the end of the day, I guess. Like, I'm grateful for that, but people just seem to think I'm living some sort of, like, grateful, like, heavenly fucking existence for some fucking reason. People say money doesn't buy happiness, but money does buy happiness. I'm gonna be honest, dude. If I was able to make fucking tacos for dinner, I'd be a pretty happy motherfucker. I'm gonna be honest. Would I be healthier? No, probably not. But I would certainly be fucking happier. I'd be happier if I could buy a fucking vape instead of smoking cigarettes. I would be happier if I could afford things to quit smoking, like patches and gums and whatnot, to, you know, quit an addiction that's killing me very fucking, I don't want to say very quickly, but you'd add a pretty decent fucking rate of speed to how much I smoke every day. Money 100% buys happiness. Straight up, dude. Your pillow sucks, buy a new one. Your bed sucks, buy a new one, dude. You're fucking bored, go out with friends. You know? Go fucking do something. I don't have those opportunities, because I don't have fucking money. I can't do shit like that. If I'm fucking stressed and shit, where am I gonna go? Fucking nowhere. I have nowhere to go. I got no money to fucking do anything. If I run out of food, I'm just fucked. I don't have money for more food. I'm just fucked if that happens. That's why I'm just fucking stockpiling as much as I goddamn fucking can, honest to God. I try to eat like 2 meals a day instead of like 3, sometimes fucking 1 meal a day. Just to try and make fucking shit last long enough. Because if I run out, that's just it. Like like it's over. Game over, dude. Fucking starve to death because that's just how life works. If you can't afford food, you don't live, dude. So anyone that fucking thinks I'm living some sort of glamorous fucking life that they fucking only can dream of, they can go fuck themselves, honestly. This is a living fucking nightmare and it's hell. I don't know how bad your life fucking is to think that I have it good. That I'm not fucking working, but you are absolutely out of your fucking mind if you think that's the case. Sorry, not sorry, but just straight up, dude. I'd be so much happier if I had fucking money to do shit. As simple as, like, buying more fruit and vegetables for myself. Like, I know that's fucking basic lame-ass fucking shit, but it's like, it's fucking true. I'd be fucking better. Or even a fucking gym membership again, so I could fucking start working out, getting fucking active again, fucking fit. Like, you can't do that without money. You can go to the forest to find like a big fucking heavy ass log, I guess, to fucking use, but that's about it. You know? Or like a private fucking coach, doctors, fucking all of that shit. Everything fucking needs money in this world. If you don't have money, you're not happy. If you don't have enough money, you're not as happy. You know? Whatever. But I don't know. People seem to think I'm living some sort of lavish fucking fantasy life that everyone dreams of having. It's bad, dude. It's horrible. There's so many nights where I don't even know if I'm gonna wake up the next day, dude. Oh, just straight up. Ever since like fucking COVID started, dude, some nights I honest to God don't know if I'm gonna wake up the next day. Or like, you know, when the year starts, I just always think to myself, like, am I even gonna make it to fucking winter time? Like, am I gonna see another Christmas and shit, you know? Am I even gonna make it to my birthday? That's the kind of shit I have to fucking feel and think about, fucking embrace, because I can't just live a normal fucking life like everyone else. And it just pisses me off when people just think I have it fucking beautifully. That I just get to fucking, quote-unquote, do nothing. And live fucking flourishly or whatever. But no, it's a fucking nightmare, and I wish this pain on fucking no one. Like, if you don't want to work, I guess that's on you, I guess. Like, you won't survive life if that's the case. If you don't want to make money, then you're not gonna live. So I hate to break it to you, but that's just the truth. If you can't afford food, you're gonna starve. You know? If you can't afford clean water, you're gonna die of a fucking disease. You know? If you can't afford a fucking ambulance to get to the hospital, then you're never gonna get the help you need from professionals. You know? Everything needs fucking money, dude. Everything. Everything. I don't know what the fuck that just was. Everything needs money, okay? So I just don't, I don't want people fucking thinking that. Like I'm just living some sort of fucking fantasy fucking bullshit. It's nowhere close to what people think it is. Not even close. I literally hate my existence for the shit I have to fucking go through. Just because of, like, how fucking rough shit is. You know? Like, I don't know. I want to stop fucking ranting about it, but it's not as glorious as people make it out to be. Okay? It's not, you know... if you're retired or something and whatnot, I don't know if this guy is watching me right now or not. I can't tell. I noticed he's been stalking me for the past like 5 minutes or longer. Anyway, you're a cool dude. If you're watching me, that's cool. If you're not watching me, that's also cool, I guess. Anyway, yeah, so that's why I want to start my own business, is because I can't get a normal job. It's almost impossible. And I would also make more than I would just working any job. Any job at all, dude. I could be a fucking police officer, a fucking dentist person, working in a fucking hospital or some shit. Or even working for the government, I would still be making less money than I would be running my own business. So, you know, there's that. So yeah, take care of that. Was that also like an hour? Because if that was also an hour, this is gonna be a long ass fucking conversation, dude. So yeah, we went over, you know, how much money you can expect from a business like this within the first 2 years. I also talked about why I am doing this and why you should too. Within the next 5 years, give or take. The longer you wait, the less money you're gonna make. I'm gonna just be honest about that, okay? So I'm trying to get this shit started as soon as possible. I don't want to come off as like I'm desperate for business, but I'm desperate for business. Straight up. I want a successful fucking business. I want to be making money. I want to be making clients happy. Okay? Fucking hate me if you want to, I guess, for wanting to be a successful fucking human being. But I recommend you don't hate me, because if you support me, I will probably support you back. To be honest. If you want fucking $10,000 on your fucking birthday, go for it. Then go for it. If you want the fucking company card to fucking go over a weekend, fucking go for it. Whatever makes you fucking happy, dude. And I'll keep doing what I'm doing. Making money, making content, fucking making people happy. Making people cry, making people mad, I don't know, whatever I do, dude. Whatever it may be. Whatever it may be. Alright. 12-year celebration conversation won't take as long. And then we're going to talk about some goals as well, because I feel like that is important to talk about. I've been going in one big circle somehow, to be honest. I don't know how I managed to end up in the same spot again for like the third or fourth time in a row, considering how big this fucking city is, and I'm literally zoning out, by the way, as I'm doing all of this. That's why I'm just kind of crashing fucking randomly, because I'm not actually paying attention to what's happening. I'm more focused on actually talking than I am on what's happening. But I figured this was like the best way I was able to do it, so I kind of get back in the habit of like making normal commentary videos and whatnot. Can I climb this finally? Sorry, maybe I have fucking ADHD. Who knows? I just climbed the lighthouse for no reason because I fucking can. I'm gonna just sit on this spiky thing. I'm gonna sit off of it, I guess, because I'm a fucking alakazam. Can you move over a little bit? There we go. Not perfect, but it's something. Didn't know you could do that. So yeah, we're gonna talk about the 12-year celebration because I didn't bring that up real quick. Talk about some goals, and then we should be winding down for me to fucking go to bed here. So I am probably gonna smoke a little bit more though, because addiction's addiction. I support smoking and whatnot, doing things, you know. I don't even support alcohol at this point. After I fucking quit drinking alcohol, dude, I don't support it anymore, to be honest. But I can't stop people. Again, addiction's addiction, but I don't, like, if you've never smoked before, don't fucking start, please. Literally, okay? I may not be your fucking father or anything, but don't do it. Just don't fucking do it, okay? If you never started, don't do it. It's not worth it. Yeah, it makes you fucking feel good and whatnot, but you can feel good fucking other ways, dude. And I don't mean just like sell your fucking body to feel good and whatnot. I don't mean it like that. I mean like watch the stars or something once in a while. You know? Go for a little drive somewhere where like the sky is clear. Just look up at the sky for like an hour. Maybe 30 minutes, depending on how much time you got in your life. Little shit like that. You don't have to be fucking doing drugs and shit, okay? You don't have to do that shit to be happy. It's an easy fix for people. But it doesn't fix, it just causes more problems. It makes you feel good in the moment. That's about it. Everything else is just fucking hell. And addiction just fucking sucks, dude. No one also explains just how bad addiction is. To be honest, everyone's just like, addiction's bad. You just keep doing the same thing over and over every time. Um, it's not. It's not that simple. Addiction basically takes your brain hostage and controls the way it thinks. Basically, it becomes an inner monologue of "you need this constantly," as the rest of your body is trying to tell you, "No, you don't. You don't actually need this." But your brain is held at fucking like gunpoint. And it's just, it keeps telling you, you need more. You need more. Get more. If it's not enough, get fucking stronger shit. If you don't have the money, fucking figure it out, dude. If you're sick as fucking you can't even get out of bed, fucking do it anyways. Addiction's not good. And if you're addicted to good things, that's good. Like if you're addicted to being in shape, that's healthy. If you're addicted to making good food, that's healthy. You know, there's healthy addictions, don't get me wrong. Like my addiction to wanting to be fucking successful. Like, that's technically a good addiction to have, depending on what you do with that power, I suppose. But, you know, not all addictions are classified as bad addictions. You know, you wouldn't wake up every day if you weren't addicted to fucking something to wake up to. You know, whatever it may be. Maybe that's fucking going for a piss in the morning. Or, I don't know, seeing your dog. Or going for a walk. Or seeing your friends. Or well, literally whatever fucking reason you have. You know, you wake up for a reason, right? It's not like you wake up for no fucking reason. There's a reason. You know, if you had no reason to get out of bed, you wouldn't get out of bed. Because trust me, the longest I've slept straight was almost 48 hours. That's basically like fucking coma at that point, 100%. I didn't wake up to go to the washroom. I didn't wake up to eat. I would wake up to like check the time or like roll over or like, you know, check my fucking analytics or something, and then I would just go back to bed again. That was the lowest point in my life, and that was after being homeless the first time. That was before I went homeless the second time, actually. That was, I think, a week or two before I went homeless the second time. I was so done with life as when I just started smoking the devil's lettuce as well. I started with the strongest shit fucking humanly possible that I probably could have found, and then rolled it into something that no one fucking should ever smoke, basically. And that's just kind of how it started. And I just got super fucking depressed. And I was like, what the fuck is even the point, dude? And sure enough, I didn't have a reason to get out of bed. And therefore I did not. For almost 48 hours straight. I didn't eat, I didn't go to the washroom, I didn't fucking drink anything. I basically was pretending to be dead. Essentially. Like I was pretending to be at my own funeral at that point. Just laying in my fucking coffin. Is all that was. But that was mostly my depression kick again, being like, what, you know, there's no purpose to anything. But yeah, like I said, if you never smoked before, don't start. Okay? I don't encourage people to do shit like this. I talk about it because I do it. I just do not encourage it. Ever. Okay? You know? If you've never done it, don't do it. Just fucking simple as that, dude. I talk about it because I'm a fucking victim of the fucking, you know, this is society, I guess. A lot of us are. A lot of you drink alcohol and shit during high school, after high school, all because it was like the cool thing to do or whatever. You know, it's not. It's really not. I'm against all that shit. But again, addiction's addiction, dude. It can't be helped. But I can't quit without money because I've been doing it for so long and I'm so addicted that it literally feels like I'm going to die every time. And I think I actually will die every time I try to quit. Just honest to God. I already have heart problems as it is. And then my breathing gets all fucked. And now I'm like twitching and shit. Like, dude, there's no way that's normal. There's no way that's normal. There's no fucking shot that's normal. I'm feeling like my heart's gonna fucking explode and shit. That's not normal. Feeling my heart's just gonna stop my sleep. Not normal shit, dude. That's not normal, man. I need like a literal health professional to help me quit my addiction. It's that bad. It's crazy. So yeah, you know, don't start if you haven't started. Not worth it, dude. And that's on top of me already being born with problems as it is. I'm literally just digging myself a fucking big ass grave. It's crazy. Anyway, on that note about not smoking or not encouraging smoking. Give me a moment. Addiction calls. I also feel like I should stop drinking this because it's so late. No, it's not alcohol. It's a Coke. It is a Coke Zero because it's the best Coke, to be honest, but doesn't mean it's a good idea. Especially before bed, dude. Doesn't make myself fucking gassy and shit. Anyway, next topic, gonna be a little shorter here. 12-year celebration. That's what I want to talk about next, if I'm able to. I need to fucking go to bed soon, but I want to get through all these fucking conversations if I can. Well, I have the chance to. I don't know if we're gonna make it to the other ones yet, to be honest. We'll see what happens. So, 12-year celebration, right? Where I'm doing like PS2 content and stuff from like my childhood, reliving. I'm basically reliving my childhood for the 12-year celebration. And I think I overdid a little bit. I have a lot of fucking series to get through, okay? We have like 3 trilogies to get through. That's already 9 as it is on its own. And then there's like 5 more fucking like one-off things I want to do. Just for the 12-year celebration alone. And we were doing that. Then I got into No Man's Sky because they came out with the Voyagers update, I think they called it, where you can build your own spaceship from scratch now, and that just kind of scratched an itch I didn't know I really had. Building your own spaceship and stuff and flying around and then fucking, you know, basically having like a portable base to go through. Kind of, you know, showed me, rekindled my love for that experience of No Man's Sky because my childhood dream was to be able to explore what's out there in our galaxy and even other galaxies even. Which is unrealistic. We've been to the moon like fucking 3 times. And that was like 40, 50 years ago. We haven't been to the moon since then. So I don't know what the fuck kind of fucking shit I was dreaming of as a kid, but yeah, so the 12-year celebration has kind of been on break for a couple weeks. I think this is week 3, I think, that we kind of taken a little break from it. So either this week or next week, I want to get back into it again. I did just get Game Pass again for $1. I won't explain how that happens. I've explained it before. If you want to learn about it, maybe I'll make a video about it. But my other trial ran out. It says it's for 14 days, and then you get a bonus like 7 days because we're trying to get your money, even though you don't have the money in there. Because I've been using my other bank account with Wealth Simple, basically, which is like your investing account and whatnot, all that shit. So you can, get more money throughout the months, depending on how much you have. It takes a lot of money to actually see a difference, to be honest. It takes thousands and thousands and thousands, even tens of thousands, maybe even hundreds of thousands of dollars to actually see a difference by the end of the year on, like, returns and whatnot. But, that's sort of where I just kind of put, it's kind of like my savings account, basically, with a totally different bank, essentially. But, that's kind of where I would just send my money to. And I guess I had at least $2 because I can't log in to actually see how much I have. I can't just call them to ask because I don't think they do that because they don't have like a physical bank location for you to actually go to because they're like a third-party bank type of thing, basically. But I just kind of wanted to see if I still had enough money to fucking do it again, and I did it again. So yeah. But the 12-year celebration will come back shortly. Within this week or next week, the 12-year celebration will continue, so we can at least try to get through that before it turns into the fucking 13th year celebration, dude. And we will just kind of crank those out as much as possible until that's over. And then that should probably carry us over into the start of... No. Next month is October? We probably finish that October, maybe November. So yeah, roughly before the year ends. Assuming I can keep up with everything I'm trying to fucking do in life right now. I'm trying to do too many things at one fucking time. But yeah, for those of you interested in the 12-year celebration, you want to be a part of that, it is going to return shortly. So sorry for the wait on that. We've already talked about goals already, those goals in the top right, the blue bars are for YouTube, the green ones are for Kick. The blue ones need to be updated. We are like 100 hours away from reaching 4,000 watch hours in a year, 365 days. So that's crazy that we almost hit that already. We're so fucking close. So I'm going to be updating that with the new numbers because I think it's another day or two, it should be fully maxed out at 4,000 watch hours, I think. Assuming I did the math right. But I'll update that. And then all we need is the subscribers. We need like 300 more. 400? 300. No? What are we at right now? Yeah, 300. Yeah, okay. We need 300 more subscribers. And then I can earn ad revenue again on YouTube. So we already talked about that at the start of the videos. That topic is done. Another topic I wanted to talk about is suggestions. What do you guys want the future of this channel to look like? What do you want to see? Do you want it to be, the same thing it always has been, where I'm just kind of, doing whatever I'm enjoying doing at the time? Would you rather have like scripted stuff, edited stuff? Are you enjoying the live versions of content? Because I know that's not what the channel is based on. We would definitely have like edited content and whatnot. I would edit down like a 2-hour long video into like a 20-30 minute video, basically. I spent an hour on each like 10 minutes of fucking footage I have, basically, to make sure that shit was fucking perfect, to make sure like it was all fucking paced properly and whatnot. I dedicated my time to, making sure content is good. Excuse me, sorry. Like I said, I should probably fucking stop drinking that now and save fucking tomorrow. But, What do you guys want to see? You know, do you enjoy what I've been doing the past couple of years? Do you want things to go back to the way they used to be? Back in like, 2016, 2017, back in like the Black Ops 3 days, um, back in like the Minecraft days, where I would just kind of make a series out of something. I would just kind of just focus on that for like most of the time. Just let me know what you want to see. Do you want more videos of just me talking, or do you want less videos of me talking? Genuinely, just let me know. I do want to do like a census report. I used to do those every year. Everyone does that. Everyone's jumping from there. Hey, really? How'd you get up there? I didn't even know that was over there. I see. I see. But yeah, just let me know what you guys want to see, and we're gonna try and incorporate that into next year. Did I say we? I don't know who the fucking we is in this scenario. It's literally just me. But anyway, just let me know what you guys want to see. Literally anything. Just let me know, even if it's fucking crazy. Don't tell me you want to see me like fucking looped up on a fucking Friday night or something. Okay, that's a little crazy. But just kind of, let me know what you guys want to see in the future. I genuinely want to know because I do this for you guys and obviously myself, of course. But I want to know what you guys want to see. So let me know what you enjoy watching, what you want to see me do. Shit like that. Just let me know. Other that guy died, I guess not. So yeah, that topic pretty short and sweet. Just let me know what you guys want to see. YouTube Kick, let me know. I am not on Twitch for the moment because I can't even sign in to Twitch anyways. There's really no fucking point in me being there right now. Sorry to everyone that was watching over on Twitch. If you came over to Kick or YouTube, I apologize for just kind of disappearing for a little bit. I apologize. It is what it is, man. Welcome to life, I guess. Where does that connect to? Oh, that's just rooftops. I thought that was part of these platforms. I guess not. Anyway, something else I wanted to talk about before we end this off here is the whiteboard thing I worked on. So, before I started my business and that whole path that I've been on, I basically learned how to make courses first. How to teach people how to do things, and how to make profit off of that and whatnot. That was sort of kind of what I started with, and I ended up, I basically asked myself like, what would I be able to teach? So I had to find like a subject to talk about because other than YouTube content, running a business, making a business, all that stuff, I don't really know what I'd be able to teach people other than that. I could just look up whatever, whenever, I guess, to teach people things, and then I stumbled upon this random ass video, um, and it was like, what do billionaires do that most people don't do? How do they schedule their lives and whatnot? How do they go day by day, hour by hour, and whatnot? And it basically told you that, like, a billionaire, rather, told you that they do everything in, like, 15-minute intervals. If something can't be done in 15 minutes, it's not worth their fucking time, essentially, is what that boiled down to. Okay, that was actually kind of fucking sick. But that's really like all it really boiled down to, was just doing everything in 15-minute intervals. And that's when I sort of asked myself, or sort of came to the realization with myself, that most people can't physically do that. 15 minutes is not enough time to do a lot of fucking things. That's why a lot of people aren't fucking billionaires, because we just can't be, if that's what it calls for. I didn't know you could spawn back down there. Oh, that's cool. You can undo your respawns. I didn't know that. But, that's, you know. So, yeah, I figured out that most people just can't do that. So I was like, what if I came up with like a millionaire method that anyone could do? I talked about this a few times. I haven't actually posted the video yet because I don't know how I'm gonna do it yet, to be honest. But oh damn, I basically made this whole presentation and whatnot on how to make a schedule that anyone can use for basically fucking any situation in their life. If you're planning for like your next day at school, or like planning a fucking your first wedding, or planning to get better at something, like you can use this fucking method for any situation, honestly, in your fucking life. And now that I've had actual hands-on experience with it um, for the past 130 days, this shit has drastically changed my life. 100%. This is almost some like dark magic, fucking voodoo, fucking witchcraft shit that's happening. Um, that I literally figured out on my own, which is kind of fucking crazy. I'm not saying that because I want people to like, look into this to my first course and whatnot and like invest in my future and whatever, but it has genuinely changed my entire fucking life. The path I'm on is probably not a path I would be on if I did not start this. I also wouldn't be in the position I am now if I was trying to stay in relationships all the time. Like I was during high school, I just always wanted to just be in a relationship, just like everyone else did. You know, if one relationship didn't go well, I would just rebound to the fucking next relationship. That was just the way it was for everyone, including myself. And that is just, I've been single for like 3 years now. Maybe a little bit longer, maybe a little bit shorter. I don't actually know how long it's been. But it's been around that. It's been around 3 years that I've been fucking single for. And I definitely would not have started my own business if I was trying to stay in relationships all the time, like I used to. Because I wouldn't have the energy for it. I wouldn't have the time for it. And I wouldn't even be focused on it. Because I'd be focused on, like, my partner and whatnot. Trying to, make them happy and whatever. Instead of trying to just be fucking successful for myself. And my future and whatnot. And my future family, if I live fucking long enough, I would like to be able to support my future fucking family. Especially if I'm gonna have kids within the next fucking probably 5 years. Because I think after that it might be a little too late, to be honest. If I want my kids to be like fucking healthy kids and whatnot. Healthy-ish, I guess. I'm not perfect. I never had a good life. So, I don't know. Maybe I won't even have kids just so they don't have to fucking bear through that fucking pain. I guess. I don't know. I would like to have kids, though, at some point. Just because I know I could be a fucking better father than my father was. Just kind of genuinely. And I think that's kind of why most people have kids. Is because they kind of realize that, like, they could do a better job than their parents did. Not to say that's true for everyone, but, like, a lot of people that want to be fathers, they usually want to be a father because they want to be a better father than their father ever was to them. Usually. I can't speak for everyone, of course, but for a lot of people, that is just the reality of it. Anyway, this whole whiteboard thing, this whole, the scheduling, planning thing that I made on my own, I learned how to do it on my own, taking the billionaire's method and turning it into the millionaire's method. And yeah, but needless to say, I really want to fucking post the video of me talking about it and teaching you guys about this because now I have actual proof of what this shit has done for my life. And again, just straight up, it has changed my life, the course of my life. I'm not the same person I was fucking a year ago, let alone 2 years ago, 3 years ago, 5 years ago, whatever the fuck it may be. I'm not the same person. I think differently, I feel differently, I'm motivated in different ways, you know. I wake up and I think about my business and like what can I do to get this better and all that shit. That's kind of just the stuff I'm thinking about every day. And when I'm not making content, I've explained this a few times, but I almost made that perfectly. I don't know how to slow down when I'm fucking going down that fast. But like you know, when I'm not making content, I am spending the rest of that time literally learning new skills and shit all the time, learning new lessons, fucking learning other people's stories and whatnot, you know, hearing what they've been through, you know, how they became successful and all that shit. Like, that's what I do in my free time, is just learning. Quite literally is what I spend my free time doing. Learning how to do more shit. That's literally all I do. I know that sounds boring to a lot of people, but to me it's exciting because I learn new shit every day. I learn something new every day. Am I going to remember every day what those things are? Probably not. My memory's not good as it is. But, you know, I'm still learning every day. And a lot of this information does stay retained. As long as I'm given the time to actually process my thoughts about it. But, you know, it's for a reason. I don't think I would be in the position I am today if I just, I didn't do that. I think I'd be in the position I am today if I just didn't do that with my life. And a lot of people don't do that. After high school, they're tired of learning shit all the time. They don't want to learn anymore, dude. And I just thought that was crazy. I like to learn things all the time, even if it's fucking useless information. Like the size of the fucking sun, or the fact that the sun's gonna fucking like evaporate Earth in like fucking 10 billion years or whatever. Like, you know, that's shit that I could probably live without knowing, but it's cool to know. But there's other things, like, you know, how to run a business. What is the AI gold rush? Why should I get onto it? You know, how do I build courses? How do I fucking make better thumbnails? All that shit. You know, I'm just always learning all the time. And I just, you know, I want to post that video of, you know, the thing I discovered. This fucking this witchcraft, fucking voodoo magic, black magic type shit that I've fucking discovered. This fucking anomaly within the fucking universe. This like loophole the government doesn't want you to fucking know about. Crazy fucking shit like that, basically. Like, I don't know what I discovered, but no one fucking talks about it. And again, it's changing my life in real time with real results. And I'm literally documenting every single thing that happens. Every update I have, I talk about it. You know? Every little detail, dude. I've been talking about it. Not only just, you know, to prove that I'm doing it, but also just to show, like, it's working. Essentially. And that you can do it too. And I just really want to share that video with people because I feel like other people could really use that. Especially when we're going into like a new year and stuff. It's like the best time to be thinking about that type of shit. You know, have a better year than last year, whatnot. Even though you should be doing that like every day anyways, you know. Make tomorrow better than today type shit. Everyone should sort of just have that kind of mindset all the time. Bad things are gonna happen, don't get me wrong. Again, life's not perfect. Shit fucking happens. But, you know, 99% of the time you should be trying to make, you know, tomorrow better than today type shit. You should be, you know, focusing on that in your day-to-day life. No matter, you know, what position you're in. You could be, you know, barely getting by, or you could be like a fucking billionaire. A billionaire wouldn't be fucking watching this video right now, but if you, for some reason, are, welcome, by the way. Nice to have you, I guess. I don't know who you are, but... Point being is, I want to post that video because I feel like it could change other people's lives too. Because now I have physical proof of it actually working in my own life. So I'm actually, like, I have physical evidence that it's working. You know? And I would just like to be able to like, post that, talk about that. Why does that just kind of end in a lame-ass rant like that? Why does that happen? That's kind of lame, dude. But yeah, I made that whole course like start of summer, I think. So like June. Yeah, it would have been around June, right before I started doing this whole shebang. Because starting this course somehow changed the course of my life. So It's a little funky, how that happened. When I didn't expect it to, but it's also awesome that like there's real results to it. You know, I think that's pretty fucking sick. Not to toot my own horn or anything, but like that's genuinely fucking awesome. That is actually working. Something I discovered on my own is working in real time. Like I don't. Maybe I just don't give myself enough credit to think I'm even capable of doing something like that. You know, I always say I'm not fucking smarter than like the next guy or anything, just because I can't use like big words and you know I live life very differently than other people. But then I do shit like this, dude. I figured out a method on how to change my own life that anyone can use in their own life as well. Like, I figured that out on my own, just randomly. Like, clearly I got some sort of fucking, you know, gift, if you want to call it that, some sort of power, some sort of advantage compared to other people. I don't know. Call it whatever the fuck you want to call it, I guess. But clearly there is something going on because most people don't just stumble across some sort of life-changing formula like that on their own. Oh my god. That was becoming so cool, and then I fucked it up. And my throat is fucking drying up so bad. Holy shit. It's almost bedtime. But that's okay. We're at the end of our topics, actually, so. So, we've talked about content, you know, content now, content before, what content should be, what content is supposed to be. You know, my higher beta standards, why I started making content, yeah, how long? 12 years. We make content for 12 years. We talked about that stuff. And then we also talked about my business, you know, why I started a business, you know. I can't get a fucking normal fucking job. It takes too fucking long. I make more money than people working for the fucking government if I start my own business. So, you know, we talked about that on why I'm doing that and why I believe you should too. Even if you're like fucking 18 or even if you're like fucking 65. I don't give a fuck. You should be getting on this shit, dude. Within the next 5 years, right now is the fucking best time, though, honestly. Like, get on this shit, fucking. Like, wake up tomorrow and just fucking research this shit, dude. I don't care. But I'm gonna feel fucking sorry if you don't. And then we also talked about the 12-year celebration continuing as well, because that has been on a 3-week hiatus a little bit. I apologize that we just kind of took a little break from that midway through one of the series we were doing, one of the first series we were doing, as well as the Pokemon series that we're doing. That was kind of part of the 12-year celebration, but I don't want to like classify it as part of that. But I brought back our Legend of Pokemon series, which is me trying to 100% hardcore Nuzlocke every generation, basically. I changed the rules to every region. So like Kanto, Johto, Hoenn, Sinnoh, you know, Unova, Kalos, fucking, what's the fuck's the other one? I don't remember the Hawaii region anymore. Kalos? Kanto, Johto, Hoenn, Sinnoh, Unova, Kalos. The fuck's the fuck's the Hawaiian region called? I can't remember. Yeah, you get the idea. It was supposed to be every generation, but that is too hard to do. And in terms of like Nuzlocke, it technically is an easier type of Nuzlocke, because usually when you're doing a Nuzlocke challenge, if your Pokemon faints, it's technically dead. You can't use it anymore. Pretty standard. You can't use like healing items in battles because, well, most of us are fucking adults now, so we shouldn't have to be doing that anyways. Because it's a fucking kids game. It's not supposed to be too fucking difficult. Some of them are harder than others. Don't get me wrong. The fans have made it harder on themselves because we're too smart and whatnot. It's just the way it is. It's not the only, you know, game that has challenges like that to make it harder. You know, you can, I turn everything as hard as fucking possible to prove a fucking point, I guess. Or maybe I'm a masochist. I don't fucking know. But yeah, we brought that series back as well. We're like halfway through season 2 right now. And again, in terms of like sorry, goddamn, I hate that word saying that. In terms of like Nuzlocke rules and challenges, it's easier because you're trying to complete the Pokédex entirely. The national dex, that's up to you. You don't have to for it to count as 100%. Okay, I don't know what happened. I'm just gonna ignore that. We're all just gonna ignore that, okay? But yeah, we brought the series back. It's easier because, you're trying to complete the Pokedex. So usually in a Nuzlocke, you can only get one Pokemon per route. Unless there's like fishing and whatnot available, then you can do that. But, that's usually where the challenge comes from, is because your team is randomized, basically. But because we're trying to do everything, I feel like, to me, it's at least a little bit harder because we have to do everything. And, we have to 100% the games. We have to get all the Pokemon. We're only allowed one Pokemon per species. So, like, let's say everyone knows what a Pikachu is, I guess. You may not know the evolution of a Pikachu, I suppose, but for example, right? If you see a Pikachu in the wild, you're allowed to catch the Pikachu. If you've never caught a Pichu or a Raichu, you're allowed to have a Pikachu. But if later on you find a wild Raichu or something, the evolution of Pikachu, you're not allowed to catch it because you have a Pikachu already. And you have to catch the first one that you see. Like, if you're able to. If you have the money and the Pokeballs to fucking do it, and the HP to be able to do it, you have to do it. No matter what. You have to catch the first species of every Pokemon that you encounter. Like, just no matter what. That's kind of where the hardness comes from, because the stats are random. You have to use shitty Pokemon to evolve them to complete the Pokedex. And the way to counteract the whole 100% thing is, if a Pokemon dies, is you can't use it until you beat, like, the Elite Four. Then basically, like, a resurrection effect will take place, and you will be able to use those Pokemon again, not on an official team for any post-game stuff, but you're allowed to use them to, like, level them up, evolve them, and that's about it, really. You're not allowed to actually use them for any, like, post-game content or anything like that. Just to keep things, hard still. But it takes a lot more time than it would just one Pokemon about, so in a way, it's its own challenge. I don't think it can actually be classified as a Nuzlocke. I'd probably have to, like, try to trademark a different name for it, but that's the way we have that set up. So that's not really part of the 12-year celebration, but I just kind of wanted to mention that because Pokemon has been a staple of the channel since we've started. Pokemon and Minecraft, honestly, were like the first things that started off the channel. My very first video was a Minecraft video, doing like a zombie survival thing. And then we did like Pokemon for a long time, because those are just two of my favorite childhood things. And even as an adult, I still enjoy them. I don't enjoy Minecraft as much. Even with all the updates they have, the shaders update, fucking awesome. I'm like low-key addicted to that shit. Whenever I fucking start making content on it again, but it's not the same feeling as it was as a kid. Like the unknown and whatnot, exploring like different lands and whatnot. It's not the same feeling anymore. But I do still enjoy like the gameplay loop and whatnot, like surviving and farming and all that stuff. I enjoy that. And then Pokemon games, I just kind of always enjoy, because you get to go on like a big adventure, and I just think that's cool. Because no other game really does it like they do it. Not to say that they've been doing very good after like Sword and Shield, to be honest. Scarlet and Violet, it runs good on the Switch too, that's about it. Like, that game came out, what, 2 years ago? I've never beaten it, dude. I never made it halfway through that shit. I paid fucking $80 to get that shit. But that was the first year of my life where I just did not buy both Pokemon games that come out, because usually with Pokemon games they come out with like two versions, so they can offer like trading capabilities and whatnot, version exclusives and all that shit. So, you know, community involvement. I don't know what I just did there. But then they would usually release like a premium version, like a third game, like a year or two after those ones, that would fix up a lot of the problems of the original games that they came out with. So, like, you know, Red, Blue were the first games, technically Green if you're in, you know, Asian territories. Red, Blue, and Green were like the first games to come out back in like 1999. And then in 2000, or maybe it's 1998, I don't know. I'm just going to say 2000 though. But then in 2000, Pokemon Yellow came out. And that was like the better version of those games. And that kind of stopped when Black and White came out. That was the first time they did come out with a third one. They came out with an actual sequel, which is Black and White 2, which continued the story as a different character. Still with the same starters and whatever, which kind of doesn't really make sense. Anyway, they haven't been on a good track record for a little bit. So, you know, I don't want to say that all of them are good. Not all of them are good. But a lot of the recent ones, not the best. I think Sword and Shield might have been the last of the best ones so far. I think Scarlet and Violet is the only one after that. Because we had Let's Go... Oh, no, because we had Legends Arceus 2. Which I also never really beat yet, to be honest. I think I've made it close to halfway. Because I was trying to 100% that game, too. Well, we will get to all of those during the Legend of Pokemon series. Like, don't get me wrong. We're going back to those to finish off what I started. On the Switch 2 this time, though, so it actually fucking runs smoothly like it's fucking supposed to. It's not gonna look really graphically different because the Switch 2 doesn't have that capability as far as I'm aware. Unless they come out with, like, an updated version, kind of like the Series X and S Xboxes. Where they, like, recreate the game for, like, better graphics and whatnot. Like, if that stuff does happen, that'd be cool, but I doubt it. So, the games run better, but they don't necessarily look better. They just run the way they're supposed to. Because the Switch, as much as I fucking love the Switch, that shit sucked fucking ass. I'll be honest, okay? That shit sucked. The games were cool. The games were big. They were fun. For a Nintendo console, it's one of the better ones. 100%. In terms of actual performance, though, not good. A lot of games couldn't even hit like the 30 FPS fucking mark, which is not even the standard anymore. The standard's fucking 60. 30 is like everyone should be able to do that no matter what. That's, you know, that's what society thinks about 30 FPS. It's like 1080p. 1080p is not the standard anymore. It's fucking 4K. 4K is the fucking standard for quality. I can't even hit those numbers yet because my computer fucking sucks. But anyway, the Switch fucking sucked. The games were good. Everything was fucking good. Everything was there for it to be good. It's just the quality of the system just sucked ass. To be honest, no offense to them or anything. That game was the system was outdated the second it came out. They were already using like 8-year-old fucking hardware or something crazy like that when they originally released the Switch, which that's Nintendo cutting corners for you. That's kind of what they like to do. But yeah, no, the Switch 2 runs the way the Switch 1 should have. Like, the Switch 2 is actually good. It's the Switch. Don't get me wrong, it does everything the Switch does. It just does it better. So, if you liked the Switch, but you were like, these games don't run the way I thought they would, you can play basically almost all the games of the original Switch on the Switch 2. Pretty much. If you owned it, you probably still own it. Some games might not work, because they said not all of them will work, and some of them will have to have, like, exclusive releases or whatever to, like, make that happen, but Anyway, yeah, Switch, the original Switch sucked. Switch 2 looks great though, and everything runs great. It runs better than the fucking Xbox Series S. I'm gonna be honest, that's what I use because it's fucking affordable and cheap. It almost runs better than that a lot of the time. So that's fucking crazy to even think about. It's also crazy to think about that these fucking consoles are almost like 5 years fucking old already, or maybe they already are. Like, that's fucking crazy. The PlayStation 5 already came out with like a PlayStation 5 Pro to make a better PlayStation 5. But to be fair, Xbox is not really known for their consoles right now, so they're known for Game Pass. That's about it. They should just stop making consoles and just focus on Game Pass. Just put Game Pass on other systems or something. I don't know. Anyway, then we talked about goals. We actually talked about that at the start of the video, so it wasn't in the exact order of what I wanted to talk about it in, but we talked about, goals, why we're trying to hit YouTube goals, the reason for that, to make money again, or how long it's been since I made money, how much money I could expect to make, all that stuff. We kind of just talked about that because no one really talks about, how AdSense works and stuff. They don't like to talk about it for some fucking reason. Probably because they don't want to be embarrassed. Because, again, some months you're going to be making a lot of money, and some months you're just not going to be making as much. That's just the reality of it, So I feel like a lot of content creators get embarrassed when they're having like a bad month or whatever. They just don't want to talk about it. So I wanted to talk about it, and we did. And then I also asked you guys to give me your suggestions on the future of content. What do you want to see? What do you enjoy seeing? Do you want it to be like the 2016 days where I just kind of make content on what I'm enjoying and, I actually make like proper videos? Oh shit, is that yummy, dude? I doubt that's really yummy. I don't know if it was there. I don't think I've actually seen many YouTubers around. I've seen like one or two, I think. I can't remember what the fuck they are though. Anyway, ignore that. So yeah, I asked you guys what you want to see, what you enjoy seeing. Do you enjoy the videos where I'm talking? Do you enjoy the videos where I'm not talking? Do you enjoy like survival games? Competitive. Just let me know what you guys want to see, and what you enjoy seeing, and what you want to see from me in particular versus like everyone else. Do you just enjoy me doing whatever the fuck I'm doing? Because it's usually something fresh all the time. Just kind of let me know what you want the future to look like. I would like to know. And then we also talked about the whole whiteboard thing changing my life. That's not even what I'm calling it. I'm calling it the millionaire's method something. Millionaire something method. I don't know what the something part's going to be quite yet, but this whole formula and method that I created on my own will absolutely, literally, like without bullshitting, will change your fucking life if you actually do it. Like you'll see real results within the first week of just following this fucking formula I created on my own. And I started my own business. I feel like there's fucking proof enough that this shit is working. I started a whole nother channel to like talk about this whole process. And I've started with 3 videos and I haven't posted since because I just been so busy developing this whole fucking thing so I can then talk about it. So I do want to post that video at some point because we're nearing the end of the year soon, so I feel like it's a good time for people to sort of like start looking that kind of question up, where it's like, how can I change my life, fix my life, make my life better, stuff like that. I just feel like we're around that time. And yeah, that is literally everything we talked about over the course of over 3 hours. It has been, I think. How long exactly, I don't know. I haven't been reading comments. I haven't even been looking at my phone at all. I just wanted to get in here and talk for a little bit. It was not supposed to be this long, but our first conversation ended up taking like a little over an hour, so that's kind of why this took so long to just kind of talk about. And I have very clearly proven to myself that I am able to commentate and still, you know, do things. This is a little more chill. You know, I have been falling over quite a lot, but I am quite literally like zoned out for most of this, and I'm still able to like move around, do some tricks and stuff, even though I'm not really paying attention to it at all. I'm paying attention to what I'm saying and what I want to say next. So, in terms of that, that's good. That's kind of the whole reason why I wanted to make this video in the first place, was to just kind of see if I'm still able to make the proper type of content. I know my voice is probably obnoxiously fucking loud and also awful, with the audio quality and just the video breaking here and there all the time. So I'm sure in terms of quality, this isn't great, but in terms of progression, this is a good thing that I'm doing for myself, because it's been literal years since I've been able to do this and just kind of just talk while I'm sort of just doing whatever. And so, yeah, I kind of want to try and get back into the habit of that a little bit. I don't think every series needs it, to be honest. Like, if there's a lot of dialogue and whatnot going on, then I feel like it's unnecessary for me to just, I didn't mean to do that. I think it's just kind of unnecessary for me to just kind of commentate over shit if I'm just like talking over characters talking and whatnot, you know? I just feel like that wouldn't be, I just feel like there wouldn't be, you know, much use. But if it's something where like not a lot is happening, or there's not a lot of music or whatever it may be, you know, I could probably start talking on those a little bit more. More of like the free flow series, so like competitive stuff, survival stuff, things like that probably. I'd be able to commentate over a little bit more. Things that are like story driven. So basically all the 12-year celebration stuff almost. I don't know. I just don't. Some content I feel like I need to talk over. Some content I feel like it doesn't really matter if I talk or not. And based on my audio quality, sometimes I feel like I'm just better off not saying anything, to be honest. But yeah, that's everything I wanted to talk about tonight. Sorry that took way longer than I thought it would. I am impressed with myself that I've actually been able to talk this long. And not have to, like, stop fully. I mean, my throat is hurting. Don't get me wrong. Like, it's literally, like, starting to swell up and shit because I've been talking for so long. I also need to stop fucking drinking this, but I can't. And I'm sorry the actual, you know, content of this video was just me skating around. I know that's not everyone's cup of tea, but again, I just wanted to see if I was able to actually commentate for like long enough as like a normal video would be. So I just kind of wanted to. Ooh. I just, you know, I wanted to see what I was still capable of. So I didn't want to go into something that was like super crazy or anything that like didn't have enough. Like I don't know how to fucking describe it, dude. I really don't. This just felt like a good place to do it. Cause like it's chilled. There's no real sense of danger. You know, we're not trying to like beat a score or anything. We're not trying to fucking survive the hardest fucking game mode possible. We're just going around, talking, and fucking falling over and breaking all my fucking bones. And maybe doing like a sick trick in between that I don't acknowledge, but you know, it's just old-fashioned video style, dude. From back in like 2016. This is really what it used to be. Where you just kind of just go around talking about shit. For me, it was Call of Duty, which is more action-packed than this is, don't get me wrong, but I was also on mouse and keyboard, so I can't do it anymore on fucking controller, but that was just like my way to just kind of zone out and talk about shit. Literally Call of Duty, dude. That's why I would drop fucking TDM matches like fucking 50 bombs and shit. Cause like it was nothing to me, dude. Black Ops 3 was the shit. Absolutely. I could just get in there with my fucking locust with my elo sight, just fucking one-shotting everyone the entire time. There would be, you know, moments where someone is much better than I am, but I was actually pretty damn good at that game after Prestige 5 when I fucking took the time to actually learn how to get good. I think that was my first time learning about like PC settings, how to set like sensitivity and stuff like that. That would have been like my first time learning that shit. So yeah, that's realistically everything I wanted to talk about tonight. I was gonna talk about like plans for next year and stuff, but I'm gonna hold off on that first. We'll give it 4 to 6 weeks, I guess, to see what happens. We'll see how this business funding goes. Again, it's not as much as I was hoping for, but at least I have an actual chance of getting this instead of having to, like, pray to fucking God, basically, to make it happen. And then the other side to that is if that just doesn't work for me for some reason, I can beg the bank for a personal loan, which basically means I have to explain my scenario and why I believe that I can be successful with all the evidence I'm able to prove. And then I have to convince a supervisor of the bank to basically allow the person to give me like a yes on the loan. So I would have to convince the actual bank person plus a supervisor of the bank basically to allow me to do it, which, you know, that's a lot. Hey, wait, is this the guy from before? Is this the skull guy from before? It was just like sitting down earlier. I can't. That was the last episode, right? 2 days ago. We were near like the merch spot. That's crazy. We were near like the customization place, and that guy just kind of sitting down. I can't tell if that's the same guy or not. It's probably not. But I'd like to think it is because I don't see people sitting down quite often, as much as I do. Because I seem to fucking do that whenever. But yeah, I just kind of want to just, you know, get in here, talk about some shit, just kind of zone out a little bit, just get my mind across on different subjects that I wanted to talk about. Well, just kind of just going around, just kind of doing shit, you know? Also, one thing I do want to check out real quick is there's a timer on these, like, missions here. They do change. Okay. I was worried that because we basically had all the green dots on all of these except for like one of them up here, and I was worried that the timer doesn't actually reset. You can just get the rewards for them again. But no, they definitely do change every 24 hours, I believe. Maybe not all of them. These ones don't seem to have a timer on them. The ones with timers, I don't know how to do that. I can power slide, I guess. There's a weird thing I can do where I like do this and you can jump. I think that's a bug. I don't think you're supposed to be able to do that. Oh, maybe you are. A fast plant. Maybe you are supposed to be able to do that. It has a name on it. It's just kind of like a little quick hop, you know, instead of having to like pull back, go up. You can just do that basically. I don't know if that's supposed to be in the game or not. It doesn't feel like it's supposed to. The animation just feels weird. But yeah, I don't know. The entertainment value is definitely there. If you're casual, if you like to do super crazy like challenges and stuff, like if you want to like jump off a roof down that fucking garbage disposal, you could probably do that. You know, there's something for everyone, to be honest. And I think it was just kind of cool to just come around there, just kind of skate around a little bit, just kind of talk for a while. Yeah. And I just been enjoying this more than I thought I would. So if you do want to see more skate content, let me know. Literally drop a like, drop a comment if you want to. Because by time we make it to, like, the quote-unquote end of the quote-unquote story, glorified tutorial, because basically each of these zones has set of missions. There's like, I don't know how many missions to do, but like there's a lot of missions to do. And then you just kind of go part of the city to part of the city to part of the city until you get here. And then once you're done that, I think it's over. And then you do challenges, basically. You can do the challenges the developers have made for you, which can be found in those little orange boxes. Again, ones with timers will change every day, and these ones that don't have a timer will just stay the same. And they do actually give you, if you look at the top left there, depending on the amount of stars, it tells you how hard it is. So this one's like an amateur level, this one's a semi-pro. If you go to like a really hard one, this one's just like a professional challenge, shit like that. So, but if you're not into that, then you can make your own challenges and whatnot, or like take viewer recommended suggestions or Reddit or whatever the fuck you get your fucking feedback from. But you can do like custom challenges and shit. You don't have to do what the developers have made for you. If you want to climb a fucking building and put some ramps down and fucking do some crazy ass shit like backflipping over a fucking bridge and whatnot, you can do that. You can do whatever the fuck you want. It's your playground to do whatever you wish. I just think that's kind of cool. Because I feel like the more you get into it, the more you realize there's like more shit you can do all the time. You see a lot of the same fucking tricks and whatnot happening on like TikTok and whatnot. Like one of them is this actually. I don't know what building you even start on. Probably that one up there, I would imagine. You basically go down this building, there's like a ramp, and then people just like fly through that little window there. Is one of the biggest ones. And I don't think that's like the developers have created that. There is an arrow there. That looks a little suspicious, but you can do whatever you want, basically. Make your own challenges. It's cool. If you don't like that, you can just kind of do what I did, where you just kind of go around, just kind of talking, doing whatever, trying to do some shit. It's a better time than I thought it. Compared to our usual fucking hardcore fucking chaos, where I just turn everything fucking ridiculously hard because I hate myself, I guess. I don't know. I still don't know why the fuck I do that, other than just in terms of entertainment, I guess. But yeah, I just do that with every fucking series we do. I just make it as fucking hard as possible. And I kind of hate myself for it, but yeah, this has been kind of just a nice break from doing all of that, to be honest. It's been a nice change of pace. And maybe I just been secretly craving something a little more peaceful. And just kind of, you just go around and do whatever. There's no repercussions at all to anything. It's not like you have a life that you have to worry about losing. You're not gonna like break your board or anything. You're not just gonna get fucking permanently lost or whatever, Yeah, in terms of that, it's been good. I didn't mean to press that. I'm all the way back up here again. I think this Coliseum, you can like ride around in a full circle or something. I've also seen someone do that. Actually, I think it might have been Smitty I seen do that, to be honest. But yeah, that's probably going to be it for me. If you enjoyed, drop a like, subscribe if you are new, please. I have kept the goals up this entire time just to sort of prove that this video is just a little bit different than what we're used to. So please help me reach those goals. Holy fuck, did that guy go from there to there? Oh, how the fuck did he do that? It's crazy. Not like that. How did that guy do that? I'm probably just like this, and then he went to the left. Oh, shit. See, this is what I'm talking about. Did you just find some random shit to just try out. I'm not good enough to be able to do that yet. Unless he got up there, I think this is as high as you can go. Anyway, whoever that guy was, that's going on the side like that, that's pretty fucking sick. I don't know who that guy is, but that guy's fucking... That guy fucks, dude. Ugh, not like that though. Anyway, yeah, that's really about it. All I want to talk about. Yeah. Hope you enjoyed listening to me talk for so long. If you didn't, it's okay. My throat doesn't appreciate it either. My throat is on fucking fire right now. Shit hurts. Actually, it feels like there's a golf ball stuck in my throat from talking for so long. Excuse me. Yeah, that's literally it. I got nothing else to talk about. I hope you enjoyed. I don't know how my board is doing that. That's pretty sick. That's the coolest thing I've ever seen so far. It's hanging on for dear life. Pretty sick. Anyway, yeah, hope you enjoyed. Drop a like, subscribe if you're new. If you're on Kick, follow and subscribe as well. Consider showing support with Super Chat over on YouTube if you want to support me financially at the moment. Just know I don't usually get paid until the threshold of $100 has been made, and then the paycheck gets sent out. So just to be aware of that. Every dollar does help. Don't get me wrong, but it does not show up in my pockets until $100 has been made total. But that number does not get reset. It doesn't matter how long it takes to get to $100. That number still keeps going up from where it is. So don't worry about that. Like if you donate like a fucking dollar, it's not gonna just disappear. It does go off like the current the current dollar price value though. So sometimes it'll be a little higher, sometimes it'll be a little lower. Really depends. But yeah, I got nothing left to talk about. That's everything I wanted to talk about in this video. This guy's here. He's cool. He's a cool dude. So I appreciate him somehow. Is the best I can do. But yeah, that guy's cool. Oh, that guy looked like he broke his face. Anyway, yeah, that's it for me. I hope you guys enjoyed. Yeah, I have a little gaggle of skater bros hanging out up here. And didn't mean to start something. I just wanted to reflect on what we did this episode. Or this video, rather. And yeah, if you want to see more skate, also let me know. And, checking. Yep, that's everything I wanted to talk about. Content business, so 12-year celebration goals, suggestions, and whiteboard. Out of context probably sounds a little funky, but it is what it is. I also have been adding my fucking signature to literally everything, just to be like, yeah, I've been here before. Don't know why I do that. I'm even doing that with like receipts and shit now, putting my fucking signature on it. I'm weird like that, I guess. Initials, signature, doesn't fucking matter, I guess. Anyway, yeah, that's it for me. That's all I got to talk about. I ain't going back because it's getting late. Hope you enjoyed. And, please don't start sitting down. It's gonna be all awkward if everyone just starts sitting down over here. God damn it, dude! I'm starting a thing. I'm starting a thing where people are just gonna sit up here. You know what? I might leave this running for like a little bit longer just to see how many people just sort of show up. Oh, a little peaceful moment. Oh, he's gone. Well, it was nice while it lasted. I tried. Do a little hop. Do a little hop. Walk down. Do a little hop. Do a little hop. Do a little hop. A little hop. Oh, he figured it out. I think? I know, I think he killed himself. A little hop. Where the fuck did this... Hey, look, it's Wolfie. Where'd that guy come from? Subscribe. A little hop. Is he gonna figure it out? Not quite. Well, see, you know, you can have moments like this, I guess. It's cool. Like I said, it's got just the right amount of goofy. You don't have to be goofy if you don't want to be, but it's got just the right amount of goof going on. Anyway, with that being said, that's going to do it for me. Hope you enjoyed. Do the whole shebang. And, yeah. I don't know what the plan is for Thursday quite yet. I'll figure it out. We'll see what's up. And yeah, thanks for hanging out. Thanks for hearing me talk about certain subjects. And yeah, hopefully I answered some questions if you had any questions about anything. Hopefully I don't know, inspired you to start making money with your own business. I don't know. Whatever it may be. I hope it helped. And if I just somehow pissed you off and ruined your entire day, then I apologize. I don't know exactly what I did, but I don't know. I don't know. Look under your bed tonight, and there'll be a special gift just for you. A new Corvette, dude, under your bed. Crazy. Okay, hopefully that helps your situation. It's like the Tooth Fairy, but just under your bed, you know. Anyway, that's it.